Yeah, Santa Claus be living in the neighborhoods y'all be living in.
Santa Claus. He running around with a sleigh with 24-inch rims on it.
That made me think like, ho ho ho, where's my money? Like that's exactly.
He like, what up, Nick? Like, oh,
Okay.
And we're live, and we've been live since I said the Santa stuff the first time. We are live. Thank you all for coming through. Okay. Just to make sure it is clear, we are Lizive for Rizive, my Nizive. Okay, so no, I hated the fact that I just did that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. I cringed a little bit.
I apologize. I cringed too. All right. Thank you guys for coming through to Party Chat Podcast. We were gonna do it yesterday, but then I kept forgetting. No, I kept forgetting about the Super Bowl, and I was like, okay, we'll do it. Today instead. So thank you guys for joining us. Starting with the Super Bowl, did you guys watch it? What'd you do? Even if you didn't do Super Bowl-y stuff, what did you do yesterday?
We played Overwatch.
Yeah.
And we did some reactions to the commercials for the Super Bowl.
Ooh, and I'm excited to talk about two. I hope you guys did a reaction to one of them. I'm excited. I want to see it.
Yeah. We didn't see all of them. We just did like 3. But okay. That was it.
Okay. I'm excited for one of them. And it's on the docket, so don't talk about it now. Right?
I think I know which one you're talking about too.
Yeah. When I saw it, I thought of you, Dwayne. So
I want to look it up now.
No, but
Are you talking about the Drake commercial?
Drake? No, I didn't
see that one. What?
Oh, you ain't seen the little everybody was going crazy because they was talking about stand-ins or something for State Farm, and they had like Jake, and then the stand-in for the Jake, it was Drake.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Hey, Drake looking swole. He got like a damn. He got cut his hair. He got like.
He looked like DJ Khaled. Like a buff Khaled.
Yeah, bro. And he was like, "Yeah, this is my stand-in. Stand-ins don't talk." It was something like that, and I was like, "Yeah." And there's like comments all about Drake stealing people, other actors' money. It's like
I ain't see none of the commercials, but that's like usually the best part about it.
Yeah, that's true. At least
to me.
There's 2 that I saw that I loved, but I didn't see a lot of commercials when I watched. Mind you, I mean, we had a cookout. Like my uncle cooked some food. My cousin came up. They cooked food, and I was eating. So I was excited about that part, of course, because it was ribs. Some ribs. And he did something where he had the sauce sticking to. You know how some people make it too saucy? He didn't do that. He had the sauce sticking to the ribs because he did some type of technique between the
one sandals. The sandals with the
alligator skins.
Yeah, he must have.
Did he have some cargo shorts on too?
He had the cargo shorts
on the side?
Yes, he had the shorts. He had the cargo shorts. And just hold on. No, it was a blank T-shirt because he's tall. Hat. He is tall. No.
He said with a Kango hat.
No hat. No hat.
We's barbecue. Did you watch him pour a little beer on it?
No, I didn't watch him.
Did he have a beer in his left hand and the Latonsis on his right hand?
No, he had a glass. He had a glass of cognac. Okay, a little glass of cognac. Okay, while he was on ice while he was grilling.
Yes, sir.
But I didn't watch all his whole tech. Little. He is tall. Like he is taller.
No, I asked how tall he was. I just said he had a gut though.
High and wide. Okay.
Yeah. I know he could know how to cook some ribs, boy.
Bruh, best grilled ribs I've ever had because it was tender. Right? But not too tender where you can't pick it up. You could pick it up and eat it, right? It was tender enough, but the sauce was sticking to the meat. It wasn't dripping off or anything. It was just the right amount. It was like perfect. I was like, I've never tried ribs this perfect before. He was like, how was the ribs? I was like, it was pretty good.
That's when I started making my to-go plate. Like, I don't even wait till
I ate and made it to go.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna make this plate and I'm gonna put this in the fridge. I'm like, all right. I'm like, bet.
No, when I was leaving my uncle's house, I was like, okay, I need one thing for some food. He's like, okay. I'm like, I need another thing for some of the sides. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, I need a third. He's like, how much of my Tupperware are you about to take from me?
I need like 4 plates to go.
Loading that ish up. I'm
Man,
like, you don't need all this food.
Freaking Selena peed me off. Whenever she goes, she does every time. It never fell. I'm like, yo, bring me back a plate. If I go to bring back a plate, it's gonna be a plate. She'll come back, it'll be like a scoop of mac and cheese, a scoop of potato.
Oh my god!
I'd be so mad. And one time she did, and she's like, that's for both of us. I was like, yo, hell no. I think they said you were one of us. I was hell of it. I ate the whole thing. I didn't even care. I was like, I don't care. No.
That is kind of disrespectful.
That's selfish.
That's disrespectful.
Like how?
No, because she eat like a bird. Like legit, she can go all day with a bowl of cereal. I'm like, you know, I had some cereal. Cereal don't count. Like I can eat cereal and still eat my food. Like, no, you crazy. Like, man,
That's true.
like, hell no.
That's true. What about you, Kay? What'd you do?
I watched the game yesterday. Kind of grinded Final Fantasy a little bit because they did a showcase announcement on, what was it, Friday? So
You said wait for Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too. I ain't gonna lie, this look kind of dope.
Yeah, I was like,
yes.
let me get back to the grind a little bit, cause
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, but and then I ate all day yesterday. That was it.
The food. I think you said you had some chicken and some pizza, right?
Yeah, I did. It was like 3 degrees yesterday. I was not.
Yeah, so we were talking in DMs, right? Because when I told her, hey, we're not going to do the podcast tonight, we're going to do it tomorrow. And I was mentioning I was grilling, and she said that, it's 3 degrees. So I took a picture of like Tampa, and it's like 70. It was 75.
Yo,
75 degrees.
That's a picture of
How the hell block you right there?
Right. Oh, hell
I was
no.
like, man, that's cool.
Get out of here with your son.
With their son.
Little sandals on. Like,
Right.
oh, okay.
But I did leave with
Sitting here
slides.
looking outside like, oh man, I wish it was.
Oh, Mr. Sun.
She got a fan in her hand like these.
You're wrapped up in a blanket.
72 plus degrees.
You know what's worse is that today it was hot, and I looked at my mom-in-law. I was like, "Ooh, it looks like beach weather's coming soon. We might be going to the beach in a few days."
Man,
Christine over there petting alligators. She got an alligator on the shot with a mimosa on top of it. Say right there, Mr. Alligator. Take it.
well, we sitting next to a
snowman.
Right.
With a hot chocolate in his hand.
With a blanket covered on top of me.
We all snuggled up, and she out there just in the water.
But the snow pretty. Like, yeah,
I should,
right.
just to troll on Twitter, I should just post pictures of the temperature down here.
You should.
Man.
Like, give the heat through the interwebs.
You see my temperature right now, 32 degrees.
Yeah, because we getting a lot. Y'all see
32?
everywhere snow now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that any day over what we got right now.
Yeah, y'all
we had
got below. That got below degrees.
Oh,
Negative
Like
degrees.
two, like
Oh,
two
it felt like
-75.
-9 yesterday.
We had a
Christine, I don't like you.
we had a 7 like 2 nights ago. Like, bro,
There's a 7 in my
see
number.
Christine. I never see Christine with a hoodie on. Now I think about it. I ain't never. I was always wondering. I ain't never seen her with no hoodie on.
18 and possible snow.
Oh my god.
All day.
It's 12. It's 12 here. Yo.
12 degrees. A whole 12?
It's so cold for y'all. Damn.
No,
we got warmer weather than y'all.
Right?
I'll take that 32. I'll take it.
Wait, I thought y'all was on our side.
I'll take that 32.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
That's warm.
Like, bro, our bill about to be dumb high. This heat is on nonstop.
12. Oh, damn.
Like, nope, turn the heat off. And then, like, so I'm like, all right, let me turn the heat off so I won't, so I can save some money. It's like 2 seconds later, I'm like, no, turn that shit back on.
Right back on.
I'll pay.
Right back
I'll
on.
pay.
We did have some cold days. I did have the heat
like,
on.
nose diving in
Christine,
snow.
60?
But then I thought about how cold it was.
60 degrees cold for Christine. She's like, ooh, it's chilly.
Oh yeah, 60 degrees. I like it though. I prefer the cooler weather over the hot weather, but I do want hot days so I can go to the beach because I love
Man,
the
I
beach.
prefer hot over cold. I will stay in a
All
hot
day.
place
Same.
all day.
That's the
Okay.
West Indian blood in you because I be going to like my mother's house and it's like she don't believe in AC. I'm like, it works, right?
Oh,
it's
and
there for
yeah,
it's there for
Man,
a
in
reason.
the summertime, it be hot as hell. In my parents' house, my dad don't want to turn on no AC.
None.
Oh, hell nah.
Wait. Why does it say 73 degrees?
My dad said, "Open up the
74.
window."
Because I'm dying. Shit. That's
Right.
why.
Is one
Circulation.
degree off.
It is
You gonna
all
say this money.
You ever look at the thermostat and you realize it's hotter inside than it is outside, and you're like,
Yup,
okay,
that
I
is-
might
That's
as well just take the
frustrating.
heat from outside.
Right.
I was
I'm gonna
in
go sit in the car.
My family would come to our house, and then my aunt would be like, "The devil is sitting on the couch right there, waving at me because it's so hot."
Mm-hmm. He said, "Oh, it feels like hell." He just went through a bug.
He came up there because it was cooler. I was like, shoot. But because I know in Arizona was the only time like when I had my first car, I legit had leather seat, like leather insides.
Oh dear. Oh
Like,
dear.
Boy,
like my steering wheel like legit melted.
Inferno.
Like, it was like little black gooey stuff dripping down from it, and then like I just feel it was like it melted. And when you like you were like on a seat belt, oh my god, that mug touch your arm. Like it just like
mm-hmm.
like
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah, y'all had worse than us. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen a video where they said like in Arizona you could literally crack an egg on the sidewalk and watch it fry.
Yeah, Arizona. That was the first place I've ever saw like someone like legit passed out from heat. Like we was on the way to school, and this little boy on the side, and he had passed out, whatever. And we started to fire dude, and he was like, yeah, he passed out from heat. Like, cause in Arizona when they have like outdoor practices, like sports stuff, like sometimes they gotta get canceled. Like, cause like it'll get like dumb hot. Like, bro, this is death.
Don't they have like code red or code orange, like for weather and stuff?
Yeah, I only experienced it once when it was that bad, when they legit shut everything down. But that was rare to happen. But it still gets dumb hot.
Is Arizona like dry heat? Like it's just like just straight hot?
Yep, hella dry. Because it's a desert. So it's like dry and hot. Like, bro, this is not cool.
So moving on from Super Bowl, it did. I mean, even at the barbecue, they're like, "Who are you rooting for?" And I said, "Kansas City Chiefs." They're like, "You live in Tampa," and I was like, "I know," but their leader followed another leader that I don't support, and therefore deuces to Tampa. But they won. They won, so that's good.
I didn't even know who was playing.
That's good for them.
Tom Brady, just all you got to know.
Tom Brady was playing.
I read that name a lot on social media, but
he's like, I've heard the name. I don't know the guy.
Yeah, I know who he is, but I mean, like, I just read the name a lot, but I was like, I don't know who the hell.
He moved to Tampa.
For watching the game.
I thought that Tom Brady was still on Patriots, so like Dwayne was like, no, he got traded.
He left.
I was like, no, Jasmine, no.
Did y'all know who his sister is? I didn't even know that. The girl from Orange is the New Black, the one girl,
the main girl.
The crazy one. Let me see. I didn't know that. I didn't know she was the white girl.
There was a lot of crazy girls on that movie, on the show.
I think she was a lot of crazy.
Right?
The one that was short and little.
Yeah, she's always like
had a relationship with the cop.
She's like a DJ, right?
She was in Hustle and Flow. She's a
DJ. That chick's a DJ.
She's a DJ too.
Yes. You talking about the one with the meth teeth?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, I didn't know that was his sister. I didn't know that was his sister.
I didn't know that. Wow.
That's his sister?
Damn.
I'm looking it up right now. We is researching
Charlie
this.
out here capping.
Right?
No, he ain't playing Among Us yet.
Her name is
Let me see.
Taryn Manning.
I think it's Tom Brady, I think.
Taryn Manning. Watch it not even him.
It's Tom Brady, 99%. I just know it's a famous football player. And I was like, I didn't know
that's her brother. Let me see. Early life. Blah, 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 blah. Are you sure you're talking about the right chick? This little tiny chick is you saying she's the tiny one.
What's the girl name from Orange is the New Black? What's her name?
I don't know.
Taryn Manning. Taryn Manning.
Taryn.
We are looking this up.
Maybe it's Peyton Manning, I'm thinking.
Yeah. I'm thinking
Manning.
That
would make more sense.
Would it be Brady? Wouldn't it be Terry Brady?
Fuck if I know. I thought somebody play football.
But they could have different dads. They could have.
You're right. You was right about that one.
Yeah,
just know
someone else research this for me, people in the chat, and tweet us later #PartyChat podcast and let us know. Because I like looking on her Wikipedia, I don't see anything yet about.
What'd you say her name? What's her real name?
Taryn, and her last name is Manning, Manning. Yeah, Pennsatucky. Yeah, Taryn Manning.
Is that the girl from Hustle and Flow?
Yeah.
Yup, her then.
Oh.
And she's related to a football player?
I think Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning?
Peyton Manning, I respect. I like Peyton and Eli. Okay. Even though Eli always looked like a tall boy. Like, he just never changed from being a boy. But, like
you gotta roast him, though. Why you gotta roast him? You just can't laugh at
I mean, respect him. He's a great football. Huh?
It's one of them damn people. I don't know.
Okay, all right.
But basically, it was one of those things I was watching about the Orange is the New Black like hacks. Like I didn't know the old woman was the voice of Doug. No, Patty Mayonnaise. I think Patty Mayonnaise. I didn't know that. It was like hella dope stuff. I was just reading.
Oh,
about
like behind the scenes, like stuff about that.
Yeah, and it was one of them was related to a football player. And it was a popular. I was like, I didn't know that.
Okay, someone says Taryn Manning is not related to Peyton Manning.
So it was one of them casts. It was one of them that it was a main character. So I might not be talking about her.
Okay, so let us know.
Characters.
Let us know, because her height. I mean, what happened? Because if it's Manning, both Eli and Peyton are tall as heck, and if it's her, she's tiny as heck. So it's like
all the height went to them. You know, they absorbed
all of it in the womb. They just
all the height.
Give me your height, father. And then
we're like, yes, sir. I'll take that. Thank you.
But so going on from one last thing I do want to ask, because I watched a little bit of it because one of the things we're going to talk about happened, in the middle of this.
Right, I got you.
But
it's when they
no. I know what a touchdown is, okay? But the Weeknd performed.
Oh yeah.
Are you guys Weeknd fans? Did you guys watch it? What did you guys think?
I'm a fan, but
I didn't watch it, but I was a fan.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but yeah.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
I just saw the clips. Did you see the clips?
I saw the memes.
The memes, right? He ran through this damn maze.
I saw when he ran behind the
Charles.
Yep. And it's on him.
What the hell is this?
I thought it was pretty cool. I did see it.
Cool.
He did run because he was on a stage-ish, a makeshift stage, right? And then he ran behind that, and I saw when he was doing that, and that's when, Friday Night Funkin' thing we're gonna talk about later popped off, and so I stopped to go talk to my husband for a second, and then when I came back, he was on that last song where he's got the prosthetic face, but the song.
So did he get lost on purpose?
Did he get lost? I don't think he got lost.
I thought that was him being lost.
I felt like it was on purpose.
Yeah, I think it was like
he got lost. When did he get lost?
No. I thought the thing from the memes was like him being lost on the stage.
So it was on purpose.
Trying to find it. I thought that he was trying to find it.
God damn, where the hell is performing at?
His improv, if he was lost, his improvisation to be able to keep singing and he's like, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm gonna sing this song and be right on cue and everything.
Because I know I would do that if I'm in a little mirror thing. I would get lost. Oh shit.
But would you keep singing?
Yes, I would play it off. But I'm trying to
going through it, Charles. I can't find anyone.
I don't know how to get out of here.
Right. Baby, I know what
somebody tell me.
Right. This wall looks like the same wall over there.
And then people think, "Oh, that's a great performance."
Hey, he going crazy.
That's one of the things where after they interview you, so tell me about that. It seems so convincing. We thought you were lost. You're like, I was.
You know what?
I was.
I was lost, but
now
I'm for 2 hours before somebody came and find me. I was done the performance and everything.
Honestly, I could see that because usually backstage or when things are happening, people don't know all the chaos that's happening on the back end of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe when they was all running in after him doing the dancing and stuff inside with the cameraman, maybe they were looking for him. That was him out, the way to go in there, go get him, just start dancing around and stuff in there. I could just imagine the crew in the back calling out what they got to do and stuff. I don't know.
Camera four. Do you got him?
I don't know where I'm at either, bro. But hey, he going crazy.
Right. Then look, just keep going.
Talk about.
It's all right, Charlie. It's okay.
It's okay. But yeah. So moving on from Super Bowl completely, kind of going through. So this week, you know what? You better put them hands with your motorcycle or biker shorts or pants on. You look like you're like no, not motorcycle, but motorbike. You be dirt biking. Okay, that's what you professionally. But all right.
No, I'm trying to do look like one of them NASCAR professional drivers.
Right?
Hell no.
Hey, boy, you know. And he went in the circle. All right, go ahead, Christian. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that made me laugh. I went like this with my foot, and I kind of cramped my foot.
What?
Why you squeeze your toes that hard?
Right. Christine got some weight. She curled up with her foot. She I bet she got something.
You don't crunch your toes when you laugh sometimes? Like laugh so hard that your feet just like crunch up? No? Me neither.
Hold on. Me and Ben were talk about this because he said that I was double jointed and he's not. Like
I'm double jointed.
Yeah, my cousin can do that.
Yeah, I can do that.
I was trying to do, the little Spider-Man thing where he go like this. Do you see that right there?
Because he was like, he can't do this.
I can't get the Spider-Man thing going. This pinky don't want to cooperate.
He can't do that. He can't do this. Like, I don't know.
I'm like, damn, so how Spider-Man was able to do that? Because my damn pinky
he holds it like that.
His will be like this, but it'll be like that.
I know you gotta manually hold that mug.
Because I thought that he was faking it. I was like, yo, you gotta be faking. Then I was like pushing it down and his pinky was twitching. I was like, no.
I'm telling you, bro. He just like, I'm like, come on, bro, come on. We got it. And he just stays like that. And then I got lifted up and then he lifts up. Don't even worry about it.
We were in the bed for like 20 minutes just sitting looking at it. And he was like, look up double jointed. All you saw was a hand like this.
Yeah, it was like a claw. And dude, I was like,
yeah, I could do like this. I could bend like this.
All the fingers were like that. I was like, what the hell?
That's crazy. All three of y'all can do that. I can't do it either.
I can't do it.
Is it a female thing? Is it a female thing?
My cousin,
I don't know.
I can't do it with his hand though.
No, my cousin do it. He's a male.
I can do it with my right.
I can do that. But he still look. He ain't trying. Look, you trying.
But what made me cry? What made me cry is that you said the pinky was twitching when you were.
The pinky was
Look, I'm real legit trying to do the spider. I'll be a handicapped Spider-Man. I'll be like, God damn it! Come on, bro.
Come on. If you don't,
it be an important moment. Come on, don't do it to me tonight, baby. Come on. I gotta say this kid and shit. He had because my pinky wasn't trying to fully go out.
A part of your regimen is like doing lifts with your pinky, just like.
Come on, man.
When you're training. Not tonight.
Remember that one? And then Jonah Jameson said, Spider-Man couldn't lift his pinky. Let's say that one again. You're like,
bro, I tried.
I tried. Oh, man. All right. So Destruction All-Stars. Destruction All-Stars. So me and Charlie played it with a group of people because y'all got snowed in. All right. Because Snow was hating y'all last week. Then y'all played it. I wasn't able to play with you guys yet. Then Charlie played it with you guys. Kay, did you get to play Destruction All-Stars at all?
I did.
What'd you think?
A good 8 hours, actually.
Oh wow! So I think that tells me you really like the game.
I got carried away. Okay, I don't know. It has a nice balance of like competitiveness and chaos. Like it's like fun. Really fun.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, we loved it too. Like it was funny because the first time we played, we was all like complaining about the matchmaking and how
matchmaking is a struggle though.
8 people could play, but only 4 to a party.
Yeah,
that's stupid as hell.
Wait, what?
So like all 8 of us can play. Like we can all play together, but party maxed out at 4. So we had to have Christology ran one party, and I think who ran
PG ran the other party.
PG ran the other one. So basically it was us 4, and we had to like press at the same time and hope we get into matches with each other.
Right.
What?
So we would count down. They were counting down like 3, 2, 1. They would hit the map. Carnado.
And luckily, we were getting a lot of them together.
A lot of them we did get together.
Sync it up.
That game is like hella fun.
Right. I completely agree. Outside of the stupid matchmaking, you should have private rooms, custom rooms, right?
Yeah, that's the thing all the time.
Right. And then also, if you allow 8v8, which I think is awesome, have 8 people be in a party so that we can play. So because I think Krista and PG had to leave, so the rest of us were like, okay, we'll do free for all, and that's the same thing. We would count. Boys would count 3, 2, 1, and we'd press it so we could all be in. I think in that one for like 9 out of 10 of them, we got to be together in the same room.
Nice.
But the thing is, but that's still gonna be bad because that's only because right now it's a PS5 exclusive. Not many people have a PS5. Once that game gets crowded, that's not working anymore.
Oh no,
very true.
No. Yeah, very true. They better have custom matchmaking by then, by next year.
Yes. Get on it, devs, because that game is so much fun. When your girl was killing it. Poise was like, "How is Christine number 1 right now?" Because I was like, I was killing it.
I was shocked. The first time we was playing, Dante was holding like high 100. And I just didn't get past 20. But the second time I played it, Jazz was doing the same thing. She was holding 100. But at least that time, I know how to play, so I was up there with it all. I was still, it was like either like I was with it or she was like taking my spot. The first, I was like, how was Dante doing this? He was cheating.
100. He was the only one that had those points.
Yup. But
he was not telling y'all how to play.
No. But because everybody said like when he was playing before we all played, he played it before though.
Oh.
But see, look, I didn't play it at all when we played with Charlie. So we're playing. They banking in points.
Oh, that was
slamming into people, crashing their cars, demolishing. I'm doing everything. I didn't bank.
Same thing we all did, Christine.
No points.
So I was in there single digits, like 4 points, while everybody else sitting there like 70 and 100.
Oh yeah.
We
I had to explain.
Like 1-5. And we were like, what the? But I think you figured it out.
Yeah.
It was,
yeah.
Like when you get hit, you gotta run it into the smoke. So Jazz did the same thing first time we played. I think she had like one, and we was like,
yeah, she had one. Like, oh, that's how we lost. That's how we lost.
Doing everything because of me not banking the points, and nobody told me to put it into the smoke.
And you can lose them too. You can lose them too.
You can lose.
Oh, y'all played the NATO one.
Yeah, NATO.
Okay, yeah.
But I prefer the free for all. I'm not gonna lie, the free for all is so much fun. Like where it's just random because. When you have, because one thing that is a little bit difficult with the NATO one is that to get more cars, like because they drop cars at certain times, and I don't know if it was the night we played that first night, if it was a little glitchy or what happened, but there would be times or matches. I remember you, Charlie, you're like, I can't find a car. Like we couldn't get back into a car.
I can't get a car, bro.
And you're running over your own teammates and things like that because random people are just running around.
Like Jazz took my damn car.
Right, I know.
Oh my God!
Why y'all fighting on the same car right now?
Like, in the beginning of the night, you try to fight for a car.
Yes.
So I'm thinking that Charlie's the enemy, right? I'm thinking that he's the enemy.
Chilling.
And then I was like, ooh, I'm gonna take this car. Like he already was in it, and I was on top of it. I was like, I'm gonna take this car. And then he was like, Jazz.
You didn't hear nothing. Dwayne was like, why are you on fight? We're on team. I'm like, I love my car. And the only thing you hear is like this. She's like, I'm taking this shit. I'm spilling this shit. I'm like, yo, she's zoned out. Like, she can't hear nothing we saying, bro.
He said, Jazz, I said, I'm gonna take this shit. He's like, Jazz, I'm gonna get in this. And
I'm
then
gonna take this shit.
Like, you took my car.
So she succeeded, and it's not easy. It's not short. That's a long process.
I wasn't even trying to like fight her back.
I was trying to tell her. I didn't want to like knock her off. I'm trying to tell her like, get off my shit. Like, I
was like, I don't know who he think he is, but I'm gonna take this car.
See, I gotta improvise. You know, when you riding on the car, you just take your friends to the other car. So
exactly, but Jazz took his car.
Nothing.
Right, she took his car.
Shut down. Like no matter what the plan was, it was not about that. Her goal was, I'm getting this car and he getting the fuck out. Like that was it.
That's it.
Like, I'm getting
that's
this
the
car.
plan.
Like,
that's the plan. That's hilarious.
That's pretty funny though. That's fun.
But that game is, I think it's like the capabilities that you have in it, where you can get your superpower, like your particular car that has a power. Mm-hmm. And when you do it, you like, I was shredding through because I had Hannah. Because at first I was playing with, I don't know her name, but Thickness. I love the way she was.
Harmony.
Bro, like running like this. Yes. I love it. I love it.
She like taste something scrumptious or something.
Yeah, she was like, ooh, let's go. Okay.
She was twerking though. Like,
yeah, she was twerking on the one year before she runs. Yeah. I love her. But her power was just running. Yeah, her power was just running. So I'm like, okay, let me try somebody else. And I got Hannah. Hannah, I freaking love because her power in her car, she could slice cars in half. Yep. So I was like, oh, this is awesome. Yeah. This was so much fun. I definitely want to keep playing.
I love Blue Fang, baby. That was my guy.
Blue Face, baby.
Blue Face? Tiger one?
Yeah, the Tiger Blue Face.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's the fire one. I hate it. He lit me on fire like 15 times as we were playing.
My guy's Roadhog. What's his name?
You keep calling him Roadhog.
You can call him Roadhog.
Fuego is my guy, bro. He reminds me of Roadhog, dude. He's just this big old dude. He's hella dope.
I see your type, Charlie. Okay.
Right? He stay loving Roadhog. Okay.
He's hella dope. Like.
Well, it's a pretty awesome game. Talking about more games, and then we'll jump into, because Stadia is on the docket. Talking about some more games. We'll just jump into it. We here.
Mm-hmm.
Friday night funkin'.
I knew it.
Oh.
Wait, before y'all get into it, please explain it.
I will, but I do want to say this
Okay.
clever thing I just thought of. What the funkin' was he thinking when he wrote what he wrote? Okay.
Which is crazy though, because I like Dwayne and Jazz. Like, I wanted y'all to play that. Y'all would have had hella fun with the game. Trust me, it's fun. It's rhythm games are already fun to me. Like, me and Finn always
Me
fun
too.
rhythm games.
Yeah.
They're fun. But this one, it was fun, but also it was difficult. Well, it wasn't too difficult. It wasn't like DDR crazy, but it was fun. Cool. And the music was entertaining. It legit feels like a black person made this game. Like, no cap. Like the music, it's funky. Yeah. The word funky.
Little did he know.
Funky like something my grandpa used. Like, that was funky, boy. Like, something like that. Like, it was legit. It, like, the game felt like it had soul. Like, it was fun. But then
But then the Fire Nation attacked.
Dang it.
The comet was in the sky.
But and it wasn't just like a small, like, oh, I said something bad. Like, I get that. People change, people say stuff ignorant. I get that. But this was like recent, like as of last year, 2 years, 3 years ago, like all in one. And it was so much. It wasn't just like,
But he made a manifesto?
It wasn't just like I was like, I don't like Jazz Channel. It wasn't nothing like that. It was like, I don't like Jazz Channel. I don't like her bear. I don't like her mama. I don't like her Pac-Man machine. I want like not even jinx it. Like I want to tell myself, like, I want to make a game where I'm killing this person. It was like damn, like, all right, this is extreme.
Well, so it was racist. Is that what we're saying?
Racist and transphobic as well. So,
and transphobic?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's there's a series.
Can you paraphrase what he said?
I will paraphrase.
And pedophile.
Oh yeah. He was like, let me say everything about everything. Okay.
Go ahead, please explain to me. What's the tea, sis?
So it's okay. And what's funny? There's a funny thing that Charlie knows that I asked hubby if it's okay I mentioned, and man, he gave assets for me to share about this game. So.
Okay.
Kind of. I'll take the story back a little bit. So Friday Night Funkin', it's a game that came out, and it's taken. It's everybody who's playing it is seeing numbers. Like, no matter how big or small your channel is, you're seeing numbers because it was
my gaming channel that most
right
shooting up.
And it was like attracting a lot. It had a lot of traction. Yep. And the first time I saw it was when Charlie played it. When he posted his video, then I saw other people playing it. I was like, I should have said, "Oh, y'all trying to be like Charlie." I missed my opportunity. But anyways,
but I played because my cousin. I'm making quick. My cousin told me to play. She said, I guess she saw Dash was gonna play it. She wanted me to play it. So I was, Fan was just telling me about this. I was like, I'm gonna play it. So that's I found it through word of mouth.
So I saw Charlie play it. His videos are hilarious. If you haven't seen Charlie's videos, I think he is. And this is like
once every 7 months on my gaming channel.
He pulled. I'm not gonna finish the statement I was gonna say, but
well, once a year.
I'm saying he pulling a. So, for no cap. And yes, Charlie's family, but he is like the funniest gamer.
All right, come on, we gotta get past that. Stop.
Hush. Check him out. I'm Chucky. He's hilarious. He editing funny videos. So when I watched, I was like, oh, this game looks like it's gonna be fun. Ego played it, and then I'm seeing all these other people playing this game, right?
Numbers with it.
Right, and they were everybody's like really getting traction. So me and hubby, we are talking, and you know me, I always have an idea. He always has an idea.
Adult next level. I ain't gonna lie.
Right. So what the plan was, hubby, because he's an artist, he was like, hey, what if I I can make a song about it, and then like doing like rap battles, and. He was going to create a character because originally we were going to animate for a music video. But then he's like, hey, what you got basically the assets of the game. He's like, why don't I mod it?
GTA.
Right. He's like, why don't I mod it and put you as the character? And I was like, yes. And then I can battle against other creators, but the YouTubers would just play the other character because you can mod the main guy. He didn't yet figure out how to mod the other character, the one you're going against.
Yeah.
So he worked Sunday. He spent the day. Like, I made a beat. I didn't write the rhymes yet, but I made a beat.
Beats?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I be making beat. I'm in space. The song I sent you, I made that beat. So like,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I was like, okay, I made the beat. I didn't write any rhymes yet. We thought of, okay, who we're going to go again. We were going to do Ego first. And I was like, all right, we got this. And I was like, okay, but first I got to play the game so I can kind of get in the mindset of the feel of the game. So today, Monday, February 8th, I was planning to play the game tonight as a stream. So he's like, bet. He spent all day yesterday drawing up like images.
Like, before you go past, yo, and I saw the video, like, it's hella dope. Like, so basically, and it looks just like the character. He showed me He
showed it to you?
Ego.
Yeah.
He sent me the video. Showing what he did for Ego, and it was like hella dope. It basically put Ego in the game. And I was like, that's gonna be next level because it's basically like he's gonna be doing every YouTube, like Christina, like every video is gonna be her versus a different content creator, which will be keywords at the same time. It's like, oh, you modded them in the game, and people will be asking how I get that version with
as you as the character.
Like, you can't unless you get it through us. So I ain't gonna lie, he was about to take this game to a next level. And I was excited because when you told me that, I was like, well, I was gonna have him make me a BTS one. Like, I was like, oh, you can take this next level. But you can finish.
No. I can show you. Because he sent me the video too. Because he's really upset. Yep. Don't worry about the sound. But like, I'm gonna wait till I'll let it play a little bit.
Tell the part with Ego
when it starts with because it's not that long. Okay, so you can see it right here, right? And look, you see?
That looks like something I would like to. I used to
yeah.
So basically, that was Ego on the other side.
That was Ego.
Normally, it's this other little guy. Oh, that one was you?
No, that was Ego. Oh,
okay,
that was dope. That is so dope. That is dope.
So that was the plan, right? So he spent during Super Bowl Sunday. I go to my uncle's house. I'm chilling. My mom-in-law goes to her sister's house. She's chilling. I got the baby with me. She's playing with her cousin and stuff. He spent all day working on the as you can see, like here, sprites. You can see like all the different egos he had to do. Yeah, okay. Oh, wow. Y'all know the words. So you said what? Sprites? Sprites?
Yep.
Okay. He was working on all the different sprites. So that way when you play it in the game, it has like when he's losing, you see he's blue and all sorts of stuff.
He was putting work in.
Wow. All of these are Ego. All of those are Ego. So he made that, spent all day. So then here we come at whatever time at night. Like I said, the weekend was singing. I was like, okay, I want to watch this part because it's the part I care about, right? For the Super Bowl. And then he calls Ego to ask him something about the game because he was he was testing it. He figured out some things, but he wanted to ask him because since I was planning to make the song, I was like, I never played it, so I don't know the answer to the question you're asking me. So he called Ego. Ego's like, hey, didn't you see what Poison T posted about the game? And hubby was like, no, I didn't see that. What it, and he says it, right? Then I just hear hubby screaming, no! And he's like, babe, call T! And I was like, what happened? So I was talking to T and she told me, and she had tweeted about it. So there's like a series, because I only posted about the racial stuff, because when I saw this after his apology, I was like, okay, nah, bruh. Right? Oh. So then there's a series of tweets. If you go to T's Twitter, she tweeted like everything. I just tweeted the racial part because I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous. But the tweets is anti-black, anti-Semitism, because he does talk about the Jewish community, transphobia, slurs, pedophilia, something about a rape simulator he was talking about and things like that.
Oh, you to make a rape simulator like this? When I say this dude was next level with it, that's
We said a what simulator?
A rape simulator.
Yes, that's what this man said.
That's how I get some celebrities. Some people say like, hey, if you go to my past, you can find some ignorant. I know I did something stupid. I know that, but it's like those type of things. It's not on that level. It's not like, oh yeah, I did say that was messed up. My bad. I forget. I apologize about that a long time ago. This was like recent as hell, and it was so
2018 for some of them, and 2020 for some.
2018.
Yeah,
that is
stacked on.
2019, 2019, and 20. Yeah, and he was like, and like Charlie had gave the example earlier, it's not like he did one long tweet and said all this stuff about everybody where he apologized for the tweet. Like the racial thing alone about making a game to kill all black people, right? It's 1, 2, 3. And mind you, he's like responding to his own tweet as a thread on this. And I was like, are you serious? Like, this is a joke. So I even went to find his Twitter. Like, is this legit? And it's legit. And he made an apology and said he's sorry about the people that he hurt by being edgy.
His game was about to take off.
Right. And he's like, and his apology was from January. So I don't know how nobody found out. Like, this is not mainstream. Like, no one is talking about how all the stuff that he said and what he was doing and planning. So if you go to my Twitter, you can see some of it, but look at T. She posted like there's like a whole bunch of tweets.
Just like made a whole video on it, like instantly. That video came on like that.
Oh, really? Right away.
Yo, when I first saw a tweet with you tweeted yesterday, Christine, that's how I was like, what the snot? And then like as soon as I was reading that, I saw Just like upload a video about it because she was playing it too. I'm telling you, bro, this game was bringing in crazy.
I wanted to play it.
I told y'all earlier why I didn't play it, and I'm glad I didn't, man. Oh,
yeah.
What was your reason why you didn't?
Oh, no.
Comparisons, yeah.
Comparisons,
comparisons. Yeah, comparisons. I just hate getting compared to other people. It's annoying.
And then, like, with it,
you would have put with a fun mode. It legit is a fun game. Like,
it is, but like for hubby, you know, this was more of a hit because his whole day was making those sprites that you guys are talking about, like making all of them, and then making a version for me that I was gonna stream tonight and just play, not say anything, and just play with the version.
And just like, what the hell, you in the game?
Right, all of that stuff, and so the other side of it is the fact that he said all of the stuff, and then his apology was not enough.
Like, I'm about
anything.
to blow up. I hope y'all accept. That was that kind of apology.
And
he's reading it right now.
Yeah, it's not.
What did it say? Did you guys paraphrase what it said?
Oh, the apology or what?
How long is the apology? It better be a damn book.
A few threads.
I was talking about the actual stuff he said. Yeah, that stuff you gotta go.
The actual stuff he said is like a whole bunch of tweets. Now the
apologies for me aren't enough anymore. At this point, it's not enough.
For me, it depends on when. For me, it depends on when. Like if they. So let's say he had said, well, let's not use him because his stuff is absolutely inexcusable. There's no,
that's crazy.
It was like series of tweets, and it's his nothing he could say could make that better. Now, but like sometimes when people have said stuff that's been extremely less compared to what he said, and if they apologize before they blow up Shuate, then okay, for depending, right? Me, it's not enough when someone who never apologized for what they said, right? When they have like a movie coming out, or they have like a TV show coming out, or a new project that they're working on, and then people found this stuff, and then they want to apologize for the stuff they said. Nah, bro, you only care now, right? Because your money, when it's coming for your money, that's when you care. But you did not.
It's like they say, when you want to hurt somebody, attack them in the pocket.
Come for the pockets, yeah. And like for him, in his situation, in his apology, he had said about. It was some backwards thing about saying how he's apologizing for being edgy, and then he follows up with "I'm not racist."
I am getting
that dog. Like,
let me not say that.
What is?
I
hate that, bro.
Of people saying all this clearly racist, clearly homophobic, clearly transphobic, all stuff, and then hide it behind. Oh, now that I'm caught, trying to be edgy. I was trying to get attention and stuff like that. Like, no, because when you said it, you didn't mean it like that. Like you meant it as you said it. You said what you said.
Right.
And then when people go back and bring up what you said, that's when you be like, oh, I was just being edgy. I'm tired of that shit. I really am.
I feel like the definition of edgy needs to be explained, because it's one thing to be edgy means you're on the edge.
Edgy now means I'm going to say something racist, but because I don't want to get called out on it, I'm going to say I'm being edgy. Yeah. Like, no.
Yeah.
Come on now.
That's why in my tweet I had said, when you make a game talking about killing all black people, it's not an edgy joke. It's racism, bottom line. I
can see if it was like you talk about something that you know is clearly messed up, but you make a joke about how it is messed up.
Like Dank.
And it makes sense. Right. Like there's an artful way to make an edgy joke.
It is. Some part do it all the time.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. It's like,
you're making fun of the hypocrisy of what stupid that happened. Not, I'm gonna kill all black people, or I'm gonna kill all, like, what? Where's the edginess in that?
What is edgy about a rape simulator? Please tell me.
I don't know, man.
Please tell me what that is.
I don't know, man.
The scariest thing about it is people were enabling it, because they're trying to dismantle it, saying, oh, it was 2 years ago. But like, my whole thing is,
2 years is
not that long ago. 2 years ago.
Right. Like, 2 years ago is recent.
If he didn't mean how he felt about it, he would have never said it in the first place. And if he was worried about it getting out, he would have deleted all of that stuff.
A long time. That's the other thing. Like, okay, mind you, his apologies from January, and some of these tweets, like the people have looked, are 2018. There's some for 2020.
Yep, there's some for
so
2020.
some people are making the comment like, "Oh, I hate when people bring up ancient history." Like ancient history, like
ancient history.
Like it just happened.
This was yesterday. Okay?
This shit was goddamn last week, boy.
Yeah,
so goof ass.
And the sad thing is that. Like the two things I do want to, and this is just being honest, whenever there's like racial blowups involving gaming or the world or, you know, what we went through last year with George Floyd and everything, I do a lot of, I don't know if you guys do this, but sitting and watching at other people, how many other people are going to continue playing the game, right? Knowing this information, how many people are going to, because even it's already happened where a lot of people were basically forgiving him. Oh, you apologize. I forgive you type of thing.
I was already getting response like that. Oh, that was a while ago. He's not like that anymore. Like, I don't hear shit.
Right.
Block, ban, delete.
Right.
I don't even do that. I'll let you still just sit and watch me. It's some people that be getting mad like, I ain't deleting you.
I think they can still watch you, but they just can't comment, I believe.
You said what?
I got a quick question to ask y'all. Okay, this is gonna be like some moral college thesis level type stuff. Do we separate the artist from the art? Like that's a big question. A lot of times, you know, do we separate it? Like,
see,
it depends. In this case, no.
Yeah, but say it depends. See, with me, I normally do, because when it comes to artists and the art, I usually don't try to get too involved in their life, of like your personal life and stuff like that. I'm like, look, I know you're here for my entertainment. I'm here for that. But when it's something like on that level where it's like, all right, now you're attacking, offending, and hurting a massive amount of people, at that point, then it's like, I don't know. It's a yes and no for me.
For me, it's honestly case by case, and it depends on what did they do. You know, what did they do, and then what do they do? Am I a fan of what they actually do, and then what did they personally do that's in there, like religious base? Okay, I'll use Tom Cruise for example. Tom Cruise, he came out, he's a Scientologist, right? And they were mad people like, F Tom Cruise, I hate Tom Cruise. I'm like, I'm still a fan of Tom Cruise. Oblivion is such a freaking good movie. I love that movie that he made. That I can separate, you know, me being a Christian, even though I'm not judgy, like you could be what you want to be, I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be type of person. But like, that wasn't any, like separating the art from the crazy stuff that they say about Scientology. I was able to do that, right, for him. In this case, where this man talks about the title of this game that he wants to make, and the mass genocide
of the game,
right? The objective of killing all black people, and then it being mass genocide, and talking about like this is beyond going to being a part of a religion that believes in a lot of
there's even a mock-up. He even started that game. Like he
what?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's basically
what?
So is that still a joke?
At this point, no, that's an action.
It's in its early stage. You know, like, so when you're developing a game, use everything is like blocks, or it's just like little basic stuff, because it's like character A, character B, stuff like that. So it's just basically a little white block. You just go around and you just shoot the black box. And then you shoot them. It's like captures of them. Like, they're no good, they're lazy, blah, 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 stuff like that. And it's like, as you go into the room to kill them, like you went into one room to kill them, it was like, because they all think something. Basically, it's like hella like stuff about black people or whatever. And then you gotta kill that room. And as you kill them, you kind of like a cult convert them to a white one. So now you got white. Every time you kill a black one, you got a white square, and it's basically just get more and more until you kill them all.
Golly, are you serious, dude?
This is me rubbing into my forehead the reminder that I'm on a live.
It was actually one of the games so on the Video Game Awards. It was actually a contender. No, I'm playing with a contender.
I was like, Jeff Keighley.
Now you gotta stop the cap.
Whole game industry shut down. Whole gaming channel shut down. I'm done.
We gonna call it the Supremacy Awards.
Oh my god!
When they said that, I was like,
Game
whoa.
of the year goes to everyone. All you guys did an amazing job.
I was like, wait.
Right? I wasn't ready for that.
You guys all won the Supremacy Award. You are all winners.
Hold on,
we all have one goal.
Just to be clear,
the killer part
the mock-up is real. Okay, the mock-up is real.
Yeah, that's part of the Video Game Awards part of
not real. I repeat, VGA part of what he said is not real. The mock-up, unfortunately,
Supremacy
is
Award Game Awards. Okay,
VGA, that was cap.
That was cap.
Cap.
Okay, wait, but look. Isn't it Friday? Does Friday Night Funkin' have rap in it? Does it?
Appropriation.
Like,
the appropriation of this freaking game.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
rap. It's kind of like no.
But does it?
It's a rap battle simulator.
Do you see elements from it?
Yeah. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see elements from rap in it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at the way his clothes. You saw the mock-up of the outfit. He's wearing like, yeah.
There was
Some of the
beatboxing in
beats.
there. It was like,
yeah, it's beatbox. Yeah, exactly. It's beatboxing, boom
that's
boxes.
very perplexing to me. That's hella perplexing.
He studied enough to appropriate
this certain part of people, and then you be like, yeah, but I'm gonna incorporate the beatboxing and the rapping and all the other good stuff.
And look who blew up the game.
Black creators.
Corey blew tabs up. Corey blew this game up. Like, he hella blew tabs up, bro.
And that's the thing. That's the appropriation of making a game. Like, okay, I hate, and I'll put the quotes because he's like, I'm not racist, but okay. But like at this game where you have this mock-up, which I didn't even know he had a mock-up of this.
Yeah, I got
you're on a stream.
Research.
You're on a
crazy.
stream.
That's
You're on a
nuts,
stream.
man. That's nuts.
On a stream. The game that he was talking about making and everything, to then appropriate the culture, the very culture you want to kill, right, in your game, and the clothes. Even though the main character is a little white kid, but the clothes that he had him wearing, the boombox, it's beatboxing, it's a rap battle simulator that you have. Who made all that? Who made all that popular? Who created rap?
90s rap right there. 80s, even 80s, yeah.
80s. I think actually early 80s, late 70s, I believe, was like the first creation of rap as it budded out from the black community. Like,
yeah, in New York.
In the era too, like when DJs were like,
DJs was popping. Yeah, they was taking them records and just and then he had the beatboxes like it's just bro, that's perplexing as heck. That is very perplexing, bro.
It's a mind app.
So I can't count that. When Dwayne, you asked the question, that's a good question. Do we separate the arts from the art? Because I ain't gonna lie, that game is fun as not, and it is not. It's not even just the fact that it brings in good views. It's the fact that you legit have fun. At least we legit have fun playing. Like,
right.
This is legit a fun game.
Yeah, it's perplexing though. That's why I said it, like separating the art, because people I don't care what anybody gonna say. People gonna play it regardless of what we say.
That's what I'm just gonna sit back and watch.
Yeah, and it's just like,
well, people can have fun playing that game. I'm not.
Right.
Not
like watch their videos, but like see whose thumbnails are still playing the game after this. I understand the internet is such a vast place that there are going to be people who don't know about what we've tweeted or what we've shared about it.
I didn't know till y'all brought it up.
I didn't know either. I wouldn't have known.
Right.
I wouldn't have known.
I didn't really even know what the game was until like I saw everybody yesterday tweeting about it. I'm like, what the hell? What is this now? And then that's when I looked into it and I was just like, oh, okay. And then I saw the tweets and then I'm like, oh, okay, what the hell? And then so it's just, I don't know.
It's crazy.
I be in my own little bubble, so I don't know.
Facts. That's just well.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you guys put all that work in, because
that
looks really good.
Right.
I would make it look really nice. But that's unfortunate.
Damn, a part of me is gonna say, do that anyway. Do it anyway. Damn it.
I wanted to, but I was like,
if it wasn't so bad, if it was like something like, I don't know how I feel about black people, right? And he said that 30 years ago. Then he apologized for it. That'd be one thing. Okay, F him, we're gonna do it anyways. But saying you're good, like the blatant to the level and degree of what this is inexcusable. This is inexcusable. There's no separation art from artist, especially like talking about apology edgy. But you made a mock-up. I didn't know he made what the?
That's
going beyond.
The only exception I would have, though, I would say, is if he signed it over, like gave it away to somebody else to manage the game. Then I would consider playing it again. As long as it's not him, not as long as it's not going in his pockets, then I would like.
And donated proceeds to the various communities. That's
what I was about to say. If he put your money where your mouth is, and actually donate
see,
to
that's
to,
my thing
to
with like
different.
the public apologies and stuff now. It's like I don't even want to hear like I'm sorry or I did this because I was edgy. Like no,
Yeah.
I want
I
to
hate
see like
the
your
edgy.
actions after that.
I want
like
you
if
put your
you're
money where your
sorry,
mouth is.
let's go ahead and transform these things you were talking about. Like oh, like you're talking bad or you're accused of being racist and you're saying that you're not, then go ahead and donate to the Black communities that need it. Like go help a local, you know, like do
BLM,
something.
anything.
Like
There's
be
plenty.
be
There's
active
plenty.
and do something.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be with money, but I'm saying just do something.
I was about to say, yeah,
as
not
action
even
words.
money, 'cause
Something for rape victims.
I feel like
Right,
trans,
right.
blacks,
Yes.
all
Yes.
the people that you talked about.
All
put the
of
money where
them.
your mouth is.
All
Like,
of
if you
them.
truly support them in the way that you say you do, then go and do that support. Don't say like, "Oh, I'm not racist," and just leave it there.
And just pocket the
Exactly.
money from the game. Then.
right, like
Exactly.
do
Right.
something with that.
Action is required. It is
Exactly. It is required. I love that.
See,
Required.
it is required, but to me, I go back to what Dwayne said earlier, like apology is not enough. To me, if you only apologize because you got caught, then at that point your apology is not enough. It's like no,
That's what that's
the
what we
only
saying.
reason why you're
Right.
apologizing.
Yep,
Now,
exactly.
Oh, yeah,
if it
for
was
sure,
something like,
for sure.
If it was something like, you know, like I can't live this. Look, I did this. I was wrong. Blah blah blah.
If he would have
At that
came out
point-
and said before, like these are some tweets that I did and I apologize.
yeah, but
On
I'll
his
get
own
caught.
without nobody finding out, then it would be a different story.
Exactly. It's like, all right, now I'm mad at you, but then I'll recover a couple of days because I know you matured as a person. But if it's just like, oh damn, you found all my porno. Look, I'm sorry, but it's like no, that's just because you found
Right.
out. Now I'm sorry for XYZ. Like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Even
I think
in
we're
that
not
case-
sorry because we pointed it out.
Even
Yeah.
in that case, if he apologized beforehand, action is required. I think like that should be when these people make their apologies. It don't. You gotta sign a check with it to
for
to
real.
a community.
real.
Even if it's also physical action. Action is. I freaking love that stuff. I forgot I was. Action is required, and this is one of those cases where action is required. Even if he was not caught, action is required.
I agree.
That's
with
just
you.
how I feel. I'm like,
agree.
I'm sorry is not.
Tired of all
is
these
not enough for me.
apologies. Go
Like,
ahead,
yo,
donate
go
some
do
money. Go ahead,
something.
And then
go
make
with
the
moolah.
I'm so sorry, like the YouTube video. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, give
I'm not
us-
gonna
nah,
post
give-
anymore
give
after
us
I
the
made
moolah,
millions.
please.
Like, you know how many crying videos we have
Keep
seen?
them-
Like, it gets
keep them
numbing
tears.
at a point. Like, it's just like,
No, it was
Right.
numbing day one with some of them that happened last year. Oh my goodness! But I make
I'm so
millions, so
sorry.
I'm just not gonna post anymore. But your catalog is still gonna produce monetization, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Hey, listen, just put the money where your mouth is, bro. That's all I care about.
Boom. Action is required. Freaking love that. All right. So going on to other gaming news, Stadia. At first when I was like, hey, let's talk about Stadia, I thought Stadia was ending, but it's not that Stadia is
I did too. I
ending.
thought it was
It's
gone.
that, yeah, I thought that was, I'm
I
surprised.
thought it was gone too.
I
I thought it was gone too.
I did too. But it's more so that they had gaming studios that they were, because they were trying, their plan was to produce their own games, and that is what's stopping. They're not going to do it. It's kind of like a, man, this is a lot more expensive than we thought it was type of situation, and then they're like shutting down. But I'm like, Google's a huge company, and I mean, we love you. You provided a platform to which we live our lives by, right?
Yeah.
That being said, there's mad research you could have Googled about making a game on Google to find out how expensive it could be to make a game. You created a system, you created a whole, futuristic ideal thing you were trying to bring to life, right? I think the idea of streaming a game and not having a physical console and all that stuff is a great idea, but you did not. It's weird. It's baffling that you were surprised at how expensive it was. Like it's really weird. But what do you guys think about them giving up on making games for the system? How do you think this will affect the growth and possible growth of the system, or this, whole Stadia company part?
Kind of like it was a smart, even though it's a sucky move. It's like it was a smart move on their end because
You think so?
I'm kind of sure it is.
In my opinion, I'm just like, I really don't see Stadia being like one of those
Successful?
top like consoles, because if you were to ask like your friends and stuff like, hey, what consoles you got, do you really think they're gonna say Stadia?
You're right. Like I got Stadia.
They're gonna be like, oh, I don't have a PS5, I got a Stadia. Do you really think they're gonna do that?
Yeah, because even think about it, even
Like,
people
they're
actually
not.
consoles Which is true, because even people ask for console I got now, I don't tell them I got Oculus Quest. I don't even think about it. But, I got the PS5, I got the Switch, I got the Xbox, whatever. I don't say I got Oculus Quest too. But I do the same way. I love Oculus Quest. I'm not saying that it's bad, but I'm saying I probably wouldn't say the same thing about Stadia. Like, yeah, I got Stadia. Like, who asked you about that?
But do you even think it would be on a level like Oculus Quest? You know, that besides the frequency of vocalizing or verbalizing the having of it, do you think that it would get to a place, or how long do you think it would take to get to a place where a lot of people, like if you ask somebody their games, a lot of people have Switches, but not everybody mentions that, right? How when do you think it'll get to a place, or if possible, where a lot more people, I don't even know how many they sold, but where a lot of people have it.
How many they stole? Huh? Yeah,
they stole a lot. But like, do you think, like, Dwayne, I'll go to you first. Do you think it can ever be actually truly successful? And if so, how long do you think it would take for it to be successful? It doesn't have to be PlayStation 5 and Xbox. They're the kings right now. But on a close level.
Yeah, I really think it's like the way it looks. I think a lot of people like the way things look. So it's like, I think they show the controller and it's like a little stick device or something. So for me personally, I think it got to look good, and then people that will draw people in immediately. Like the KFC console. Yeah, it's like a Chromecast, like a little USB stick. I would say you got to make it look kind of approachable, because I'm like, appealing. Like the controller looked okay. I like the controller for it. It looked kind of like the PS5 controller, but it's like also, and you got to let people eventually get to that point to where they want to stream on it, and then it's also confusing for other people, because you're like, stream, people thinking, when you talking about stream, they're thinking about like Netflix and other stuff like that. So I feel like they just need, like, I think the way they launched it first, I think they should have told people how it works first, because I'm pretty sure everybody in here don't know how the Stadia works.
Not at all.
Basic.
Do you plug it to your TV?
Still confused about it.
Right.
So I do know a little bit. I did read up, like, while I was using the bathroom before we started the stream, I was reading a little bit more on how does it work, right? How do you use it? So like the whole thing about buying, you have to have a subscription, right? They do have a free option that they mentioned, but it only plays at, I think, 1080. But if you want 4K gameplay, then they said that's when you pay. But the thing that was confusing, because that's about the monthly subscription, but you still have to buy the actual like the controller and the system, I guess. It's quotes because it's not a system. Right. You can play on your TV, but to play on your TV, you have to have Chromecast Ultra to play on your TV.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's too much steps in there. It should be, all right, here, boom. You get a USB, you get the controller, $60. How many bucks? $80, whatever. Put it in your TV. You can stream the games, whatever. And then buy the games, we get a percentage of whatever you get. You know, wherever you buy the game, we get a percentage of it, because this is our platform. And then we tell people how it's supposed to be, how it's better than the competition, and then get some exclusive games to be able to play on that system. So it seems like a pretty simple model, but I don't know what Google. Even when they launched it, I was kind of like, Google, y'all don't even got YouTube all the way right. How y'all just gonna divide and go over there into gaming? Like, slow your roll, buddy.
It was ambitious. It was definitely ambitious.
I would definitely say this. I do give them hella props, because one day I was thinking about like, how will a new console break into this? Because right now, all my life, only thing I knew was Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony. I was like, when are companies gonna start trying to break? Because everybody make games for them. Like, when is one gonna start trying to break making their own thing? Like, you know what? Here's another console, a different console that we're actually gonna love. And the fact that they tried is good, because like, hopefully more companies would try it. Like, try more consoles. Like, I mean, I just knew these three names my entire life.
I think what would help with that, though, is to have like more exclusives for whatever it is, because like the games that are on Stadia, most of them that I know, you could play on anything.
Yes.
Like, why is that? How is that going to compel me to get the Stadia if I can just play it on what I already have? Then two, like using Nintendo as an example, like to play Animal Crossing, you have to have a Switch. in order to play it. To play like Super Mario and stuff like that, you had to have a Nintendo product in order to play it. So that's what made people go get it, because it's a fun looking game and you could only get it on there. So Stadia does not have anything that's like, ooh, I have to get Stadia because
they don't have that.
They don't have that.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
And their
like,
list, I have the gaming list right here, and they're all old. They're not. It's not like they have.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, there's nothing new and engaging that they're bringing to the table.
Last thing, and what you said is exactly true. How the games are, those games are on everything else. Because even when I saw it, I got an emulator ROM feel. I was like, this feels like someone made an emulator ROM, but just designed it that way. So I was like, it's like a Raspberry Pi. I was like, this feels like a because the games are. I could play them anywhere else. I was like, I don't see the point.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. It's not like streaming. Yeah, you gotta explain it because it's new. Most people are just used to playing a console or something.
Right.
Streaming is new. You gotta have some innovative ideas with the controller or something, and then give them some type of appeal. But they never did it in none of that. And so when they shut down the gaming, I didn't even know they had a gaming section that they was making games.
Right.
I didn't even know.
Right.
Like who's y'all people that are give me the money? I'll do it better for them. Like
and that's so crazy for me. And like because I agree with everything you're saying. I think marketing is a big issue because when they first were selling Stadia, right? It was and they did because their marketing was kind of weird, but I kind of understand it. Everybody plays games on YouTube, right? Overgeneralization, but a lot of people play games on YouTube. A lot of people watch gaming content on YouTube. Gaming content is second to most views under music, right?
Yeah.
So their mindset with the first marketing, one of their early marketing schemes was, not schemes, but strategies was, you can play it on your stream and your fans can just click on your stream and join your game and play with you. That was like the thing that they were trying to sell, or how they were trying to sell it. So like creators, I guess, to kind of prep creators for marketing Stadia. But I remember one of the earlier complaints that people were making was the fact of internet capability. Like this was right after they were trying to, what was the name of it? Where was it the FTC or the what was net neutrality? Net neutrality. Yes. This is like right after net neutrality. You're like, hey, I've got this awesome idea, which the idea of it is innovative. It is new. I do give them their props for that. But a lot of people are like, hey, internet, that's going to be an issue. Internet. And the guy kept saying, it is not going to be an issue. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be great. And when they launched, it wasn't.
It probably was abysmal.
I could say one thing about how I feel about Stadia, because when I first heard about it, my first initial thought was, what is their footprint in the gaming industry? Because like when you think about the relationship between PlayStation and Xbox, like even though they're competitors, they have some type of relationship. So like, you know, whenever there's new releases for new games out, even the idea of like cross-playing, like where is Stadia in that? Because like a lot of people are starting to get in the habit of playing with their friends between Xbox and PlayStation, and we can like still be competitive and play against each other or with each other now. Like Stadia is not clear on their goals as far as like a gaming community. So what is its purpose for people to get it if we can't play together? Because they don't have, like you guys said, all the games they have, we can just play on the systems we already got.
Yeah. They have some confirmed games, but they haven't been released. That's the other thing. It's not like
console should release with your exclusive.
Yes. Exclusives, like have some exclusives, and the fact that you're closing down your company, and I get they're saying they're still going to work with third-party companies to get games, but you still have exclusives.
It's done. Honestly, it's done. It's done.
I want one just to. Oh, go ahead.
If they could sell convenience, that might have been like, okay, you just plug it in and you could play your game. That would people will probably get it and just for convenience sake. Pricing and convenience.
Just for the collector in me, I'm gonna get one.
Because you have to buy the controller. If you don't have, and from what I remember, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, if you have Google Chrome, you still you have to subscribe to the Google Chrome, the subscription version in order to use your Stadia. So you had to pay for the controller, and you had to get a certain subscription to play. And then on top of that, you have to pay for the games. So it's like
a lot you gotta pay for.
And yeah, you cannot. This is not like, this is worse than when your PlayStation, if your internet's down and certain games you can't play because you downloaded them on your PlayStation, but you still have your disc you can play. You can't do that with this. So if you're out, if you have a blackout and this is what you got, you ain't playing nothing.
Yeah, facts. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I say convenience. Like, if they was gonna be like, all right, even still, if your internet's messed up, we have these capabilities to have an offline mode to where you would still be able to play. You just can't connect to the internet, unfortunately, awesome. But you still could play your game. Like stuff like that. Even now, like when me and Jazz didn't have Wi-Fi, we couldn't play nothing. Yeah. It was like these companies don't even think about no offline mode. It's ridiculous.
No, haters.
That's why I go physical. I can still play.
I got a physical, but I ain't got no damn discs.
Oh, that's talking about when I buy my games. I always buy physical anyway. It's like,
I mean, I got the Spider-Man. You know, I was trying to get Miles Morales.
Spider-Man one, but it was just trying to do basic stuff. Like we could not.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts.
Like, it hurt, man. Nothing for 3 days.
I would say even though I am older, it does hurt because like a knee-jerk reaction, even like my phone, because when we have storms or hurricanes out here and we have our blackouts, that it's like, okay, I want to look something on my phone. Oh, I can't. Oh, I gotta look this up. Oh, I can't. I want to go to. No, I can't. It's like since it's such a knee-jerk reaction look at your phone or look at
the millennial in you, just cry a little,
right?
And it's like it hurt us because like everything that we do, since like we do this like full time, like this is I can't work. I cannot work or do anything.
Nothing, bro.
So you're just sitting there like a caveman. Like
that's true.
You get to learn your mate name. Like, oh, what's your last name?
Oh, damn.
That's your last name. Yeah, Dwayne. Oh, okay.
When our power was out before, I taught Dwayne how to play Monopoly and stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a forever game. That is a forever game.
It's not. Play real rules. It's not forever. Trust me.
Real rules. Who reads that book? Okay.
Well, you gotta say it like, the regular way. Don't be making up your own house rules.
I don't. That's what I said. I don't like. Only house rule I like is free parking. That's it. Everything else I like normal. Yep. That's the only.
I gotta look at.
That's only if we agree at the beginning. Like, we cool with free parking. All right. If not,
when you say free parking, you mean like when you gotta pay stuff to the game, right? Like you put it in the middle, and then whoever lands on free parking gets it.
Yeah. So because the rule is if you gotta pay anything that's like the board, it goes free parking. But if it's the bank, then it has to go to the bank. But the way house rules are, we put the money under free parking. So if you land on it, you get it. When in actual, it's nothing. It's just what it is. Free parking. It's just what it is. It's basically it's the safe spot, basically.
And that's a rule to where like when you pay the
rule is that it's a do nothing spot, but house rule is like you collect money from that spot. But
so Hannah, this is something I do want to dive into later because I mean I've never heard of this rule.
So when you play Monopoly, how do you play free parking at the moment?
You just go you just land on free parking. You're untouchable. My thing is the money. Where does the money come from for what you guys are talking about, where somebody could collect it?
So, all right, me and Jazz playing Monopoly right now. Boom, boom, boom. Me, Jazz, Dwayne, okay, whatever playing. All right, I land on the utilities. Hey, pay 10 times whatever's on the dice.
Right.
So you do that. Let's say I roll 7. Boom, I gotta pay 70. I don't pay it to the bank. I put it under free parking. Oh. So basically, you keep like that. Like whatever you gotta pay, anything like that, you gotta pay. Unless only time you don't, if it says pay the bank, then you have to pay the bank. And then let's say if all that money build up, we all hit it and mess up some stuff, and it's like $700 on there. Whoever land on that free parking, they're not only get free parking, but they get that money. That's
I like that.
Yeah, it's a fun house rule. Look, as a house rule, that's the only one I like. That's why I always ask people before I play, like, are we cool with free parking? If not, everything else is normal rules.
That's why I want to justify. I'm like, wait, what is your free parking? Because
it's like, oh no, everybody, people house, you have to specify. Like, all right, you play this
what the rules are,
let's go. Yeah. Everybody got different rules for Uno.
And it sucks when you don't make it clear, and then they're like, oh, this. You're like, no, that's not how I play here. I'm like, well, I didn't know that. You didn't tell me nothing before we started this.
Yeah.
Okay, so then the last couple things about gaming before we go into like a little bit of TV entertainment before we get to Wanda, because there's a couple things that I'm really excited about and I want to talk about. Coming up this week, I was going to say this week, Little Nightmares 2. You guys playing it?
I still need to play
Yes, I actually have to play that soon.
I do too. I'm excited. Yes, right. That's where we have to stop level 3 at the hospital.
I was about to say we got to stop at a certain point.
before we get which I'm excited. I'm excited about that. No. But also, I am really excited, and I'm grateful. I think I can say it. We can say it. Shout out for access. But I'm super freaking excited.
I'm super excited
for Super Mario 3D World Bowser's Fury. I am so excited for that.
I do want to play. I watched how people play Little Nightmares. Like, it does look fun. Like, it was even fun for me.
I'm trying to get Dwayne to play it, but he don't want to play it.
Like, I watched hella people play the game.
It's scary.
What is this?
It's scary.
It's a weird, like, kiddie game. He's like, you got to play with puppets. I was like, no, it's a scary game.
But it's weird. But
creepy
it's good.
as
To
heck.
me, it's eye candy. Like, I like watching people play the episode. Like, that game is like legit fun to watch play. I was like, I need to play this one day myself because it looks hella fun.
This doesn't look like one of my games. I'm not gonna be scared. I'm used to that.
Right? I think you should play. It's definitely a lot of fun. Mercedes just started it, and it's funny watching.
I think you should. I think you should, D, because part 2 get ready to come out. I think you should.
Yeah, this week.
I might try it out.
Yeah.
Very slim, 10% chance.
But it don't look scary, but it looks fun.
Like, it is scary, and it does look scary.
To me, I was like every time just glued to like, oh man, this is crazy. Oh my god, that's happening, and it just looks weird. Like I don't know.
For me, chasing is like
I like the chasing
in real life and in games or in movies. Like when it comes to chasing, like my husband, as even playing, he stopped chasing me around the house because ish gets real. I'm running for real. You chasing me, we running for real. I'm screaming for real. So he stopped doing that because we Black and American. You screaming, they don't end up well when people call people. So
did you make a nickname for the character? Because mine was Coraline.
What did I call? I don't remember what I called her because I played the first one a long time ago. Yeah, she's and then she's also scary.
Like her name is Six, but I don't call her that. I'm like, that's my little Coraline, and then the other one is something else. And I'm like, that's my little baby. Yes, call them ever by their names. I call them by something else.
It's a fun game, but when they do that, when they chasing you, it's scary as heck. Especially when they make that sound like Hurr! That's like the sound when you get seen.
What was it?
It's like
like a dog.
If music could bark, that's what that sound is.
The damn music is barking. Who dog? He don't bite, bro. He don't bite.
Oh my god.
So I hate when people say that. Like, I don't care if he don't bite. He's barking at me like crazy. I don't want to be here right now.
That dog help bite. Look at this dog.
Why are you foaming at the mouth though? That's all right, buddy.
Or when they're like, oh, he's really a sweetheart, I promise. Oh, I don't see sweet right now. He's screaming at me. He's barking at me. This ain't sweet, okay? Do you know the definition of sweet? But yeah, I wasn't like joking. I'm like legit excited for Super Mario 3D World Bowser's Fury. I'm like, I loved because I loved Mario from when I was younger, right?
I always loved Mario.
But Super Mario 3D World,
they make the same game over and over, and I still love it.
They do. But it's because just the other time, because Super Mario 3D World is
for them, bro.
Yes, and you get the cat suits and everything, and it's just so cute. And then Bowser, it looks like they're doing extra things with it, and. Okay, so kind of, this is kind of in contrast to what we talked prior to the stream, but like when I would watch gaming on YouTube, and I had a channel back then when the Nintendo Wii U came out, and Dashi was playing Super Mario 3D World a lot, and I was like, babe, watching this game makes me want to buy a Wii U, and I literally bought a Wii U just for this game, just to play Super Mario 3D World. It was so much fun, such a fun game. So I'm excited that it's coming to Switch. I'm gonna be playing it
with the Bowser one. Yep,
yes.
I
hope there's an amiibo. I'm super excited.
I had to stop buying it. I legit sold
you had a crazy addiction.
Man, I had it wasn't no better because I switched to pop. So
you did because I remember we were like, oh, Christine, is there this amiibo at this store? Or OMG, is there this amiibo? And then it changed to, is there Pop Doll? This is Pop Doll? Let me know. Hit me up.
Yeah, we go to the look, because especially when we go to conventions, actually go on the rare stuff. So if I don't go, I just like, yo, if y'all see whatever, blah blah blah, get it, I will pay. Because I always buy all the Overwatch ones. Like, I like all of it. It's like probably like 4 or 5 Overwatch ones I don't have.
Let me know. I have some Overwatch ones.
Oh no, the ones I need now are kind of valuable.
I don't have them. I don't have that.
I almost got the White Reaper for $80.
They be crazy. The prices are crazy.
The Carbon Diva is like $200. I need that one though.
No,
My God, boy.
Man,
right.
Does she fly?
No. Is she real shit? Like,
Yeah.
she gonna play the game with me? Damn. Only time I felt bad was I was about to get the fire one, and that woman. I can't believe you remember this, Christine. It was the last. It was New York Comic Con, and she was like, "Yeah, this was like $250, but if you get it, I'll take a picture with it and I signed it." And I straight up was like, "Why would I want to pay that much for that for you?" And I didn't know she was the actual voice for Farrah. I was like, "That makes sense." I felt when I say I felt so bad as a fan, like in her face. I said, in her face.
Oh my God!
I pay that much for you?
He said, "Pay that much for who are you?"
Wait, you said that to her face?
Yeah, you were there. I didn't think she was gonna hear me, man. I didn't. For one, the place is loud. I didn't think she was gonna hear me.
It is hella loud in there. It is so loud. But
the way she smiled and responded, she did him, and I was like, I felt so bad because I'm a huge Overwatch fan. I was like,
wait.
I don't think I was with you. I think it was when we.
She was at a desk, like she was at the desk, and I was on the other side, and I'm looking like, should I buy this? And I wanted just the Farrah, but it was like, yeah, it's $250. You get the Farrah, she took a picture with you, and she signed it. And I'm like, why would I pay that much for this? I didn't know who she was.
Oh,
and she's like, I'm the voice. And I was like, oh, for one, I'm like fanboying out and like embarrassed as snot.
Did you say, it was a joke? I didn't mean it.
I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, I didn't know.
Edgy.
That's hella edgy, Charlie. That's hella edgy right there.
So it's just being edgy.
Get out of here. Get damn far.
Christine, you were right on the side of me. I don't know how you remember that.
That place was so loud. That place was so loud. New York Comic Con. Like I only would go, when COVID is like 10 years past, but like I would only go just to buy stuff, not to like enjoy con, like, because I love going to cons. I love going to cons. I miss going to cons, like perusing, walking around, and all this other stuff. But at New York Comic Con, it is like you can't breathe. I clipped so many ankles with the baby stroller. I was just knocking ankles because it was so packed.
See, because we were just having our baby, so it was like, basically, I'm not bringing my daughter. Because I was like, I only did that because it was like we were both new parents. It was like, all right, it's cool.
Yeah.
But I was like, that was a bad idea. I was like, look, I want to put this baby up and go drink. Like, bro, take this. Grandma, watch this baby.
But it was fun when we had the little, kind of side note. The mom stayed at this, because we had press passes, so we stayed at the press room. And it was both me and his girl and our babies were there playing, while the men went to go look at more stuff because we needed a rest after having the baby.
Man, we were buying hella stuff.
I spent the most money at New York Comic Con than other cons.
Same. Yo, I spent way, and I didn't even feel bad neither.
No.
I was like, I don't even feel bad.
And it was funny. It would be like trick or treating. You know how you show all your candy after? Each day on our couches in our hotel room, like they had one room, we had another. We would go to each other's room to see what did we buy for today? What did you buy? What did I buy? Right. It was cool stuff. Okay, so off of that tangent that it just me and Charlie experienced because we went to New York.
That sounds nice.
Right? That sounds nice.
Yeah, me and Dwayne only went to we went to
PAX.
Anime Con, Katsucon, and then we went to PAX. That was
PAX,
it.
Yep.
And that was all within the same year. So we were like, oh, we ready to go to the other stuff like and E3 and everything because we never went before. And then COVID hit.
Then
and so
COVID, yeah.
Because
I was like, look. We were gonna go to PAX.
30 deep at PAX, bro.
Yes, PAX. And then we wanted to do. Normally we go to South, but this year last year, we wanted to go to East because there's 3 in America.
That's the one Teacup something that was really good.
Yeah, East apparently is the really big one. Is another big one, and then Prime is the biggest one, and that's the one in
Where's
Seattle.
East? Because I
think
in
Boston.
It's in Boston, ain't it?
Yeah, it's in Boston. Mm-hmm.
It made me think that East was like New York or something, because that's what I'm thinking of. No,
it's Boston.
Yeah, it's Boston.
Mm-hmm. But all right, moving on from gaming, awesome stuff for this past week and what's coming up. There was a trailer that was so exciting. Falcon Winter Soldier. I am so freaking excited for this show. They better not do no 20-minute-ish episodes, Disney. I will come for you, okay? With this show.
Christine. It's 6 episodes, Christine. But
no, they're gonna be an hour, right?
40 to 50 minutes.
Please.
40 to 50 minutes.
Okay.
There you go.
That's and no 20-minute freaking credits. If you have 20 minutes credits, I'm not gonna stay on air while I'm with you. Okay.
But yeah, it's gonna be amazing. What do you guys think about it? I know Charlie didn't even look at it.
You're right.
No.
Damn, Charlie, we finally get some Marvel stuff. You ain't want to look at it.
I didn't even know. I thought you were talking about WandaVision. I ain't know.
That's why he picked up his phone.
We're talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Kay,
did you see it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Oh, I love.
So they played it at the Super Bowl too.
Yeah,
they played the trailer. Then
I love when women kick butt, and they brought back the chick from Winter Soldier. She was in Winter Soldier and Civil War, the one that Cap kisses, and
Sharon Carter.
Yes, and Falcon and Winter Soldier in the car, like kind of like giggling about his kiss to her. I wanted her to be Captain Marvel, and there was rumors she was going to be Captain Marvel before they casted Brie. Or Brie Larson. But when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, I'm happy they brought her back. I'm excited. I saw her doing. I want Harana Karana. That's what I call it. I know it's not the proper pronunciation, but Scarlett Johansson's character does what's her name? Black Widow does it all the time, where she jumps up and uses her legs around their neck and swings up and then takes them down. I love that. It's my favorite move. I want to learn that before I die and do it to somebody.
Oh my Lord.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. But Dwayne, what did you think? Are you excited for the series?
Oh yeah, I'm super excited. I'm super excited for the series. I just got the Falcon looks cool, but Winter Soldier doesn't look as cool. I like his vibranium arm, but it's like ever since he cut his hair,
I was gonna say
he don't hit the same. He was sexy with the hair. That boy,
the hair made him hot. Like
intimidating.
I agree.
You just see like the little eyes just piercing through his hair coming down and stuff. Like he looked like a savage. Now he just looked like he about to go to a football game. Like he just,
I understand why he cut the hair.
He got to root for Tom Brady. Like it's just like I don't. He don't look like Winter Soldier no more.
Yeah, I understood why, because he wants to shed that image of him being like an assassin, a brainwashed assassin that went under ice for so how many years. But it's gonna be.
He got no drip now. Like
that's true. I agree.
I
agree. Because when that long hair was like, even though I'm not a huge fan of long hair on guys. It's not like my thing. But I completely wholeheartedly agree. Like this makes me want to watch Winter Soldier tonight, because when you see him and that knife, when this is after. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Winter Soldier, then what are you doing with your life? But like when they catch, because after Black Widow and Falcon and Cap are kind of been on the run, and they catch them and they're like off the highway, and then when they're doing that, he's got the knife and he's like doing these knife tricks. He drops it, catches with the other hand, stabs the fan, and everything with that hair just flowing as he's doing it. It was everything. So yes, I agree. He doesn't look as cool as as the White Wolf. He was the White Wolf.
Yeah.
Yes, I loved it. Coming to America trailer came out. Coming to America.
Didn't see it.
See that.
I'm super excited for the movie. I hope it's gonna be as good as the first one, because the first one is
classic.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Like that is hard.
It is hard
to make a part two.
That's why I didn't watch it yet. I just have a feeling it's not gonna be as good as the original.
I hope.
Yeah.
Like my girl told me, she's like, it was a part two to Mean Girls. I was like, I ain't watching that. Part one is so amazing. Like,
don't watch it.
I can't. Yeah, like I
think it was on Disney Channel.
I can't.
Oh, I already know not to watch it now.
Don't know.
I was in part because I was scared to watch part one. My sister used to watch it, cracking up. I'm like, she's like, you should watch it. I'm like, I watched this little Disney movie. I watched that movie and
Mean Girls is everything.
That movie from this point, boy, that is my damn movie. I was like, oh my god, some of this movie, this is so amazing.
I still say quotes from that movie today.
Yeah,
I'm like, stop trying to make Fetch happen.
Oh no, she did.
That's the same thing for Coming to America to me also.
I was
like
gonna say,
like so many things. Like when he's like, when the barber is cutting his hair, it's like, what kind of products, what kind of things you put in, what chemicals? He's like, these are not no chemicals, these are berries and juice. He's like, that ain't nothing but ultra perm, as he's like running his scalp.
And the part I always go from there, which is weird. The part at the very beginning when the girl come about the water, like, the royal penis.
Penis is clean, your highness.
I always say that when I get out the shower. I cannot help it. Like
after you get out the shower,
I always quote that part. Like, bro,
the royal penis is clean.
And Whack Donald's.
Yup, Whack Donald's.
Whack Donald's. McDonald's.
Oh my goodness! And so they actually opened, because McDowell's was the restaurant that the father had. They actually opened one in Queens. Like they opened.
Oh, I saw
an actual. I wish we could have went, because I would have loved. But I think it opened after we were in New York. But like the movie was the first one is so good. It was my childhood watching it on repeat. I hope that this second one is good. The trailer looks like it's going to be funny. I want a lot of the barbershop guys. I want a lot of the extra characters, because that was another thing. Eddie Murphy played so many characters, and Arsenio Hall, so many characters in that, that for a long time I didn't realize, oh, that's Eddie, until like I got older and you could recognize a little bit more. But I'm excited. I'm hopeful. I think it'll be good. I hope it'll be good.
I hope it'll be good. And it's on Amazon Prime. If you have an Amazon thing, you can just watch it on
right.
there.
That's the only thing that I hope is not a hindrance to it. I know it's difficult for movies now because everything's closed because of COVID, but I'm hoping that doesn't hinder the success of it.
Yeah,
being
for sure.
On Prime. Oh, okay. He's watching the podcast. He came in and he
got to watch
that. Yeah. He got that.
He don't wear it, do it.
He does. He was wearing this. That's what
I don't think I'll wear it. I think I'll put it up.
Yeah, he's got this. So he must be watching because he got this. I think he got a shirt, a hoodie for Valentine's Day. I got excited, so I gave it to him already. I bought.
Let me see the back. Is it snapback? Is it adjustable?
Yeah, it's a snapback.
Oh, no,
it's a leather cap.
Oh.
Right, you got the belt.
Yeah, that's
it's a belt buckle.
I like mine like that. Adjustable.
Oh yeah. It's not snapback. You're right.
I like that.
Yeah. So he got this for Valentine's Day. I bought him in the store. You know those in the mall, there's like those guys that'll make custom t-shirts or stuff like that. You can give him something. I gave them the flag of Zamunda, and they made like a mask, so a black mask, and they put the flag of Zamunda on the mask and a beanie that says King of Zamunda on the beanie in the flag color. So yeah, it is his favorite movie. Every Christmas we watch that movie on repeat.
For real?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Our Christmas movie repeat is Christmas Story. Like we just.
I'm tired of that movie.
I love it since a kid.
I'm tired of that movie.
Every TV stays on that Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Oh, we watch this Christmas Story.
That one kid is funny. The one that gets his tongue stuck on the thing. He's like, it's not. It's not. Come back.
I know my parents' house, they used to love watching all the Charlie Brown everything. It's like whatever season it was, if it was Christmas, Charlie Brown Christmas, Thanksgiving, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, Easter, Charlie Brown. Like that's what we always watch.
Especially for Christmas, we used to always watch Charlie Brown.
I like quoting the teachers. Wah, 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 wah.
Like what?
That's how kids feel, though, sometimes when the teachers talk.
Like, that's all she's saying.
Yeah. That's right?
Okay, and then she call her, you huh? Like, oh, shit. I know what Panther.
And doing the same thing. Put your phone to the side, huh? Put your phone to the side. All right, so on to TV as well. This news just came out, not today, but this past week or so, that Ryan Coogler signed a 5-year deal with Disney Plus to make shows. Now, apparently it's different, because I wasn't, at first when I thought it was just going to be about Black Panther, but he's got a 5-year deal to make multiple properties or multiple shows. The first one is a drama based in the kingdom of Wakanda. Because I thought it was going to be like Black Panther, but it's just going to be in the kingdom of Wakanda. And I'm actually really excited. Yeah.
Kingdom operates. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Right.
It operates.
Yeah. And like to get the depth of the world and everything. And I think it'll enrich in the movies when you watch the movies.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I think that'll make me want to watch it more.
Yeah, I agree.
What's happening in Wakanda? Because I didn't even, Black Panther was good, but I was one of the people that watch it over and over and over. I was like, all right, I was done.
Okay.
Okay.
He's like, that was like, and I was done.
And I was done. Next Marvel movie, please. Thank you.
Period.
But yeah. But yeah, it is a good movie. I am excited for the world of Wakanda because it's such a vast and like even their history, the technology, they're so far more advanced than anyone else on the planet, right? And it's just it's amazing. So I'm excited to see that.
So what happened in this situation though? If Black people had that much power and like there's events like that.
Wait, say that again? A little closer to your mic. I couldn't hear you.
So how would that work out? Like, so everybody's just powerful?
in Wakanda? No, I don't think everyone has powers, but they have amazing technology. It's their technology.
Technology, basically.
Yeah. So it's like if you were to imagine like going to a city that's in the future, nobody has powers outside of T'Challa or his lineage. But everybody has access to the same type of technology for the most part.
I was about to say, I thought everybody. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I imagine like they all have the beads, right? Because it's like their cell phones, it's their communication devices. But I imagine like, you know how your cell phone's locked off to certain things? I think that would be the same case for them. They don't have access to certain things that T'Challa would use it for, or whoever the Black Panther is would use it for. So I think that would be cool to see more of that. And I think it's definitely needed, a super win for Black culture and super win for Ryan Coogler and what he's done, which is amazing. Yeah. This does lead me to a question, though. 2 questions, right? Because in the deal, it says that he's able to develop television shows for other divisions of the company. And I'm guessing by that they mean Disney, Disney. Also dipping into MCU and other things. What other properties would you like to see Ryan Coogler make a show about? That's a Disney property. So that includes Star Wars, that includes Fox properties, that includes MCU.
Static Shock, but I don't think that's underneath Disney.
No, that's not underneath Disney.
But I would like to see a Static Shock show or movie or something of the sort.
Well, they said that Michael B. Jordan was working with DC to come make a Static Shock movie.
Oh, that's DC? Okay.
That's DC Universe, yeah. I
would say make probably a new, if he's able to, like a new hero, like because
in the MCU,
like to have like a whole new hero that's not attached to nobody. Like I don't want to see the Hawk woman or whatever like that, because Hawk, like I just want like a separate character. Yeah, like not like She-Hulk and like all the other people that are tied to different characters, like their own standalone character with their own origin story and everything like that, like a new story.
Okay.
And to make that maybe.
What about you, Kay? What would you like to see him make? What do you think would be a great successful show that he could make in one of the properties that they own?
I don't know. I can't really think of none. I really can't think of nothing.
I'm trying to think too. Like, do you think animation would work for him? Like,
animation could work. It's like kind of hard. You got to figure out what people want. Right now, everybody wants superhero stuff. So I think superhero will be just a slam dunk, and he do that. I would like him to do the Ahsoka series. Like they should let him direct the Ahsoka series.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Yeah. Oh yes. Ahsoka is I got her freaking lightsabers. I got her oh yes, Disney. I went to Disney and went to Hollywood Studios. We didn't even see Hollywood Studios. Went straight to go. Yes, we'd like to get the lightsabers, please. These are Ahsoka's. Yes, please. Yes.
Yeah. He would. I think he would knock that out the park. Right. Period.
That's a good idea. A lot of people want to see that too.
Yeah, I think he should do that. Yeah. I think the Wakanda series would be a slam dunk anyway, because there's a lot of things that they got to talk about, like after the blip.
Yes.
Which a lot of people coming back, right? RP our King Chadwick Boseman. What they gonna do with his line? Or what happened after he was, when he came back? Who was running stuff when he wasn't there? There's just a lot of questions that's gonna have to be answered in that Wakanda series. So I
guess it can help with the movie, because even though the plan is to start filming, I think later this year, for the second movie. So the show could help flesh out some of those details so that the movie isn't set to do all of that. They can leave some of that work to fill in those questions on the show. So I think that would be really great. But that is the second question I was going to ask about, what now with Black Panther? And I know that they said they're not going to pull an Aunt Viv, right? They're not going to just cast a new person, but she has the same, I said she because Aunt Viv, but he has the same name. So they're not going to do that. They're also not going to do the CG face on him like they were doing heavily for a lot of, in Star Wars and MCU. They were doing that wherever they could. So what do you think, as far as like a quick idea you would have to how they could continue the mantle of Black Panther. I know, like in the comic books, Shuri, the sister, gets it in the comic books, but this Shuri is very different than Shuri, right? Shuri or Zuri?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah,
Zuri was Forrest Whitaker. She was Shuri. So her character is a lot different than the comic books character of her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So how do you think the mantle could be passed, or maybe should be passed, for the next Black Panther?
I don't know. I even saw like Michael B. Jordan saying like, you know, he wouldn't turn down the offer like if they were to recap like put him back in the movie. Like he said that he would do it again
For Killmonger?
Yeah, for Killmonger. So I don't know. The thing with bringing him back though is like, yes, like we saw him like fall and technically die, like I guess in the movie. But it's like, you know, in movies, how me and Dwayne always say, like, if you don't physically see them like dead, and you know for sure they're dead, they can come back. So him falling is not necessarily like, oh, he died, because same thing happened to Black Panther.
I thought he just was sitting there on the beside him and like died beside him, sitting there looking at the sunset.
Yeah, I think he died.
Did he die? Am I mixing it
well,
up?
he just sat beside, because after they had the fight, he was sitting beside him looking at the sunset, because he had mentioned that. So T'Challa brought him up there, and he was sitting and looking at the sunset.
What am I thinking of?
That would be very like, hey, I'm gonna show you the sunset bit, and then just shove him off the mountain.
No, I thought that he like
the
collapsed and fell off. My bad.
That could you know what? That would be a good innuendo to start Black Panther 2. Is like they show the moment where, you know, they're sitting next to each other, and you know how they just cut it off, but then they showed us the cut off part, and it's like him actually falling in the sea, and they were talking about Namor, which is basically MCU's Aquaman. Mm-hmm. He falls to Atlantis, he comes back, and now he's like, you know, I guess trying to find, you know, redemption. I don't know. They could
like switch around like a good guy.
Continue on.
Yeah, they could do it, go that way and be like, you know, make him, you know, the king until Black Panther 3, and you know, or something like that. There's so many ways they could do it, I think. You know,
because I imagine obviously if they're gonna pass the mantle and they're not gonna recast the person, like, or they're not gonna recast T'Challa, but I mean, it's called Black Panther. You know, the mantle's got to be taken up. Normally, it's the lineage. So I'm interested to see how they're going to pass this to someone, because I don't perceive them making Shuri Black Panther. And this is not because she's a female or anything. I think she's super awesome. But I love her character as who she is. I could see Okoye, like, taking up the mantle, but I don't think she would leave her post, because she is so loyal to her post. Yeah,
not her. Who was Black Panther's wife? I mean, you know, technically.
Nakia.
Nakia could be Black Panther too, maybe. She was more than capable. Because remember, she was doing recon and all type of stuff. So she definitely could take up the mantle.
That's true.
The two Jabari tribe leader, he could potentially. M'Baku could potentially take the mantle. No. Todoroki. Let me stop.
You started.
All let's just say all the characters from the show.
Me.
But I guess M'Baku, it seemed kind of like, well, no, he did fight to take the mantle. That's also
he did. He was the next person that would have been, if he would have beat Chadwick, he would have been the king. He would have had it.
Yeah, that's true.
In the comics, wasn't Shuri the next Black Panther though? So that's why.
That was like later on. They did a lot to. She had like 7 years.
Why they would do that?
Because I think in that series they thought he died. I think was the thing.
Yeah, he thought he died. Yeah.
She took up the mantle
and then he came back.
But she was more, the one in the comic book is a lot more savage. She is a little bit more like Killmonger, but also not Killmonger. In the comic book, versus, you know, this one, she's like super trendy, super cool. Yeah, she can kind of handle herself, but she's not like really whooping or kicking butt. Like,
no, she's not.
Yeah,
that's why I say it needs to be a build. It actually needs to be a build up to her getting like super fit and ready to like fight. And I don't even think she knows anything about leadership. It's a lot.
I don't think she's got a leadership mind. I don't think she's got a leadership mind. That's why I do agree with Nakia or Okoye, although I know Okoye is not going to take it. Okoye doesn't want that. But M'Baku, he could.
Yeah, and then you got the heart-shaped herbs. That's how they got the power of the Panther.
He burned it.
He burnt it all up.
He burnt it.
How they gonna get the power back now?
Unless they have like some trope where like they're like, oh yeah, he did burn it, but like, you know, I secretly kept one.
Other than the one that I kept and fed Black Panther. That would be cheap. That would be cheap.
That was like burned. There was one that was like set to the side just in case something bad happened.
That would be cheap. That would be cheap because they did that where she was able to save one, and the one she was able to save they gave to T'Challa. So if there was another one that we also saved, that would be like,
that would be so trash. It was talking about like synthetic vibranium though, like figuring out a way to, you know, because you still got that. You technically still have the ashes of the heart-shaped herb, so you could study it. It might just not be as potent.
Synthetic.
Yeah. It still might not be as potent, or it might be more potent, but side effects.
That too.
You could be as strong as Black Panther, but you foaming at the mouth.
And more, or more powers. This is a way to implement more powers or more abilities because of the synthetic version.
Your synthetic version, you know, it's more potent in this section, but you might lose your mind a little bit and, you know, mess around and claw somebody to death. You know, they can finesse it.
Yeah, they could. I'm excited though. I'm excited to see what the next thing. But I'm so down for him doing an Ahsoka series. Especially because they had like martial artists. He had martial artists training T'Challa. So whoever trains, what's her name? The girl that's casted again as Ahsoka again?
Rosario Dawson.
Yes, Dawson. Yeah.
Dawson. Yeah.
If they get martial arts in because Ahsoka was smooth, bruh. She was smooth and fast and quick, and she just, girl, that's my girl. That is my girl. Okay. So. Since we were in the Marvel universe, let's finally talk about one of the things. I know we were talking about a lot of things.
I know, Charlie.
I know, Charlie. I know.
That's
right?
What you need to do.
Not on his part.
Right? Go ahead. Okay. Just go on your phone, boo. Just go on your phone. It's okay.
I'm bored of that.
WandaVision episode 5 on a very special episode. Okay. My number.
Take your headphones off, Charlie, because we don't want to spoil it. Because it is good. If you sit there and watch 4 and 5, bro, it's only gonna take like an hour of your time. You'll be caught up.
Sadly,
that hour would be some good rest.
Sadly, it would only take like an hour. But yes, okay. My rating, Jazz asked, even though I told them, but I didn't want to talk about it. I give it a 7.5. Reason being, this was listen. I know it hurts. But the fact that the thing that is, I mean, there are some cons about the show. We've talked about this in episodes, in my opinion, right? But like the biggest is the fact that it's not bingeable content. It's something you have to wait for each week. And it's like, for me, I felt like episode 4 was us just starting to get into the meat, because we knew going into this, it was not a sitcom. We knew it was not, this 50s, 60s sitcom. There's something bigger happening. Episode 4, they start dabbling into it. Episode 5, they get more into it, like deep, like really kind of clawing into that meat, and then just end it with the ending, which we won't see yet because I forgot we didn't say spoiler alert. We will in a second. But ending with the ending, and then be like, see you next week. I was like, F you. F you.
That's what you mean? That's how they draw you in, though. That's how they're supposed to have you.
No, not for when you pay a subscription basis for this. If I was paying just regular cable and this was on cable, then I'm like, fine. It's on cable. That's how it is.
It's actually cheaper than cable. Disney Plus is actually cheaper than cable. What, $100?
No, cable? No, cable's
cable like $100.
It can get expensive.
Mine's like 30 or 40. My internet is more expensive than my cable.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm saying Disney like $12. Even that, I don't even think it's.
I don't think it's $12. I don't think it's not no 4. I think it's like $8 or
$8 for some
y'all see Netflix about to go up too.
Yeah, Netflix is gonna go up again.
Yeah, they about to go up.
We'll see those disclaimers.
Netflix is high, like $12.
15.
Right?
No, I think 15? It's like 15 now. Yeah, 15. But yeah, so
they can do that because shit, everybody use them.
Yeah, sure can.
Oh yeah, they have a lot of great content on Netflix. Netflix is killing the game. Yeah. But so what are your guys's? You can say you're you're not racist. You're rated.
Whoa, Christine! Whoa!
You can say you're racist.
She's thinking about that game.
Wait, what? Your race card.
She's boiling right now.
Get that hood up your closet, Christine.
I would like to apologize for the communities that I hurt with my statement. Okay? for being edgy. All right, I would like to apologize. So,
my goodness.
Oh, Friday Night Funkin' has entered the chat.
Friday Night Racist has entered the chat. Now, your rating, okay, along with the non-spoiler feeling of how you felt about the episode.
Can't stand green people, bro. They irritate me. Them scrolls.
Oh, that's racist.
Wow. I don't like the way the scrolls look. Let me stop.
That's too edgy, D. That's too edgy. Okay.
I'm just playing.
Oh, you can say you're racist.
Right?
I don't mind.
Wait for his apology on Twitter. No, okay, so we'll start with UK. What is your rating of the episode, and then what's your non-spoiler feeling about the episode itself?
All right, I might be going too high, but I'll rate this episode like a good 9, like a solid 9.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong one.
Wrong
Wrong one. That was
She said, period, 9. That's what she said. Okay, all right. You really liked it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I give it a good 9 because when we talked about it, the last episode, I was like, oh my gosh, I was actually kind of right about like her and what I thought about him, without giving the spoilers. And then when Jazzy spoke about some things, I was like, okay, we were kind of off, but like these things kind of coexist. So like, oh my God, like what's going on? Like it was just, I don't know, the episode just got me like hyped for like the next one. So I'm
yes,
like,
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jazz, your rating and non-spoiler blip about the show, the episode. I threw that in there,
I definitely give this a 9 as well. Got to take a point off for those credits.
Yeah.
Credits we have in 7 minutes.
I've changed mine from a 7.5 to a 7. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
How you gonna change your number based on what we saying?
The credits.
No.
I forgot. You reminded me. The freaking credits.
Oh my God. Okay, but I was hyped this episode because it confirmed what I thought on episode 1 when we were first talking about it. And I said I saw something in the cast that kind of spoiled me to what was going to happen. And I knew it was going to happen. So when I saw it happen, I was waiting for that moment when they would turn their face, and I saw the face, and I was like, there it goes.
Yep.
There it goes. So.
There it is.
All right, Dwayne, your non-spoiler rating and your non-spoiler blip about the show.
We gave it a hard 10. You know what I'm saying?
Hard 10?
A hard 10.
Including the credits?
Fuck that ish.
The credits, I gotta give it a 10.5 because the credits was evil. Let me stop.
Oh my God.
No, it was a 10. Like all y'all said, like the stuff that we was theorizing and talking about, it was good. It was good. And then you know what? You gotta give it a 0.5 for it being the longest episode in the series.
Fine, 7 point. We're back to 7.5.
Yeah,
We're back to 7.5.
Thank you guys, because it wasn't 30 minutes. It was 34 minutes, but plus 7 plus credits. But we not gonna talk about that. Okay? But yeah, I give it a solid 10. That was a great episode. It was especially what Darcy said, and it was just funny what she said. It was just so self-aware. I loved it. It was great.
All right, so now let's jump into the spoiler part. Spoiler.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we're just going to jump to the end, bruh. Okay? Jump to the end. It is the biggest spoiler, all right? You have been warned, all right?
Uh-huh.
I warned y'all episode 1.
Okay, so when you said about the cast, and I am... Since, I learned about the spoiler, I'm happy that it happened quickly, because I honestly anticipated this to be something that is like episode before last episode we're going to see, right? Not in the finale, but episode before the finale. I'm so happy it came in episode 5. We got it out there so we can continue on with the series. I see what they were doing. So, okay, there's a lot of things. I am seeing more like how you guys were saying about how I know I had to take a breath. How you guys have been saying for the past few episodes, I'll give you props that she's like, it seems like something might be controlling her in this situation, right? Like one of the things that I was thinking was that something is tethering her to this spot, because when she said to Vision in the last episode, when he's like, we could be anywhere, and she's like, no, this is our home, and no, this chick's home is in the other country, right? Sokovia. since she's here, I'm like, something is tethering her to this place. There's something about where Westview. There's something about this place that has got her, that's amplifying her powers, right? I will say she had some boss moves, bruh. When she came through the what is it, the waves, right? Yes. And he was like, guns on her, and she's like, she gave him a chance. He didn't want to listen. So she said, okay. And they put the guns on him. And then she left. I was like, girl, you a boss. She's a boss. So my pros are, we got to see her strength. We got to see more of her powers. We got to see her dark side with the whole, her breaking him out, you know, which that, and then not Wanda, what's her name? Right? When she busted in there, I was like, yeah, you feel the pain and the grief. And that's what Monica was saying, how she just felt like you feel this like extreme grief and sadness as you have Wanda's voice in your head. So you guys, I said a lot just now. So go ahead. Somebody else take the mic. Jazz.
Oh, okay. So I thought she was going to say something. But,
she wasn't ready.
I thought that this episode was lit. Okay. That it confirmed that she is using his dead body as like a puppet because she broke in there to get his body. And that kind of confirms what we saw the previous episode before that, like when we saw that flash of him like being dead. It's like, okay, so she's using his body as a puppet and she's making it seem like he's alive. And then it was like the Vision, it was like the parts where Vision was like starting to realize that he had like different powers and stuff like that, and like broke the dude out of like the trance and like heard his actual like voice coming out, like he was scared, like, oh, what's happening to my family? I don't know what's going on.
Right.
He put him back in, and then he was just like, oh yeah, how are you doing? Like it just went right back. So I was like, that is creepy. And the fact that he was facing off with Wanda because he knows
that this is not right.
And he was like, this has to stop. He's like, why are there no other kids here, Wanda? Why is there nobody else
for
here?
The children?
Like, explain all of this stuff. And she tried to put the credits on him, and he was like, no, I'm not having it. Don't roll the credits on me. Like, we're going to talk about this. That's why I was like, oh, it's getting good.
It is. It feels like so one of the things that they said, and this might have been like to kind of let us know, or it could be like to throw us off, where they said, how is she resurrecting him without the Mind Stone? So I don't know if that's the show letting us know that that's what she did. She resurrected him using his body, or if it's kind of like a lie to thwart us off of what you're saying, that it's not that he's alive. He's just a puppet that she's using. So I wonder which one it is.
But I also had a theory that me and Dwayne talked about like on our channel, was that, okay, so since like, you know, when Monica got like booped out of there, right? Like she was wearing the 70s outfit and everything. So that's not what she came in with. So that's what made it real on the outside. So I had a theory that if Vision was to walk out from that reality, like, and we see him as a dead body, if he was to walk out of there, does he now become alive again? Because
I think
he's
he
alive
does.
In there,
I think he does.
Walk out. Is that how they will bring him back?
I think he does. I think that might be how the show is going to bring him back into the, you know, MCU. Right. But one of the things that we noticed is that, well, okay, this kind of answered my question, because she was not she didn't create the clothes. She changed the clothes because they did the shoot test and found out that what it was the Kevlar vest she was wearing. That's what Wanda used to reanimate and change her clothes into like these 70s clothing. So when she left, the clothes looked like the 70s clothing that she had. It didn't look like the Kevlar. So I imagine that since she's got his body, she has reanimated his body and changed the way that it looks and has resurrected him. And when he walks out, he's going to look like regular Vision.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like if they bring him back, sort of like he's now alive again because he just walked out.
That's what I was wondering too.
A question I want to ask you guys is, when she came out, she had her boss moment. She did something to the waves because before they were clear. Then she did something and they're red. What do you think she did?
She strengthened it.
Okay,
I think she made it more volatile, like because people could go in and not get hurt. But I feel like once she turned it red, it's like you're gonna get hurt if you try to come.
Okay.
Yeah. Before I was leaving y'all alone, and now y'all trying to disturb me. So now you're gonna get hurt coming in.
Okay. Because I thought maybe she was changing where they couldn't watch anymore, but they could still see the show. So I'm like, so okay, what did she do with the wave? So that I'm interested to see if it is the hurting thing and what happens to who gets hurt and who does it, you know. But Dwayne, what do you think?
Yeah, it was just great. Like they showed her because we had answered a few questions that we was wondering, like where they get Vision Body. She went to Sword. You hear that helicopter outside?
Right, that's why I'm like,
yep. That's how close as hell to y'all.
Yep.
like
WandaVision, they
the
know
government's coming for me. I knew they was
Eastview's right next to you.
They said, "Come on, Dwayne, we need that brain."
The vibrations.
Y'all will go outside and find a little drone in your yard, okay?
Right. We had powers this whole time. Power of observation.
Set up.
They said we said too much.
They know too much. Get them.
But no, everything like that episode was great. Like we had the conflict. We learned a lot about what she was doing to the neighborhood. My thing is Agnes. I am still when she built character and then Vision was like, you find that a little weird how she just was like, you want me to do that over again? Like,
right.
Like she doesn't have control over Agnes because she would have. I don't even think that would have happened. Like if it was somebody else. The
rest of them were just they've acted weird if like there's been some situation or they've been like as if they've checked out has happened, like what happened with Herb when he was cutting the hedges and it was like in the cement wall or rock whatever, brick wall, whatever. So that's what's been happening. However, she has been kind of, going with the flow, like showing up. Like Vision made them the statement. He's like, "Oh, I'm wearing this because I feel like somebody might pop over." And then she came, and he's like, "With the exact item we require, like something is up."
Right.
How'd she know? We just got the dog 5 minutes ago. How'd she know that we got a dog? Talking about, oh, my window tells me. Does she live next door? I didn't think she lived next door.
I think she did. I think she's a neighbor, right?
She is a neighbor, but I don't know.
Yeah, she's a neighbor. No, what was crazy is like she was like changing the effect of things because they was gonna name the dog something else, and then he was like, "No, name him Sparky." I'm like,
"Oh yeah." After he bit what did he do? Didn't he stick his? If he made that spark, wouldn't he stick his tongue in there? He didn't get electrocuted. It just went off. I was like, "What did this dog do that he escaped death?" Well, okay,
yeah. I'm
later.
like, name him. Maybe she made him. I don't know. And then she was like trying to take the kids, and she was like spraying stuff over the kids. It's lavender. I don't know what the hell you spraying on. You better not be spraying on my kids.
Right.
I'm thinking that
new growth. Right? And she made them grow because of that.
Yep. And in the dark, she's looking for dark liquor. She's just sitting on the counter.
One thing
for a lot of herbs. So this made me think that she's a witch.
She comes off as a witch for sure.
Yeah.
For me, though, with the kids, it seems like these kids are real. I think these kids are real. I think she has created kids out of what I don't know. But I think with the kids, she can't control their perception. You know how
she can't control them at all. She tried to silence them.
Right. And then she couldn't, right?
And it didn't work. Nope.
And then when she was like, they were like, "Where's Dad?" She's like, "He's at work." They're like, "But it's Saturday." And she's like, "No, it's Monday." And they're like, "No, it's Saturday." So I'm like, they're not living in the same faux reality as everybody else. To them, this seems like a regular day-to-day thing. And I think for Vision, the reason I'm like, okay, because I'm like, Vision doesn't realize how crazy this is. And it reminds me, like, have you ever had like a crazy behind dream, right? But when you woke up, that's when you recall the dream. You're like, man, none of that ish made sense. But in the dream, it's like, oh, I opened a door and I was on a boat and I went on the boat and I fell in the water and I was on a building. Like, it just doesn't make sense. But in the dream, it didn't feel like it didn't make sense until you woke up. And that's what I feel like is happening for Vision, for whatever she's mind controlling on Vision's side.
Yeah, she and making it seem like she's the culprit, but I think there's somebody above her that's like that has her head like is like controlling certain aspects for sure. I don't think it's just her. I think they're trying to portray her as the villain, and she might end up becoming the villain probably.
I think she's going to be the villain. I think it's going to bleed into Doctor Strange.
Of course. And I think it's going to come in Spider-Man too.
In Spider-Man too. So I think this is like the setup for, because they were talking about Spider-Verse, how there's going to be all these different, the realities and universes. And that's why they're going to have all these other Spider-Men. So you've seen Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, I think agreed as well. Tom Holland are all in there. I heard talks of Jamie Foxx might be in it as well. Like a lot of people from the different Spider-Men are going to be in this movie. And I do think that it's going to be something that stems off of this show, bleeds into Doctor Strange, bleeds into Spider-Man, is my theory, but I'm not sure, you know, how it is. But I do think she's going to be the villain in this one. And I think she's going to start as the villain in Doctor Strange, and then maybe the ripple effects of Doctor Strange is going to cause the different universes for Spider-Man.
Yeah, I definitely think she's going to be like, by the end of this thing, she's going to be a villain. And they already trying to paint her as though a villain already. Because she was a villain at first. And then she gained the trust, just like they said. And then Hayward has just been, I think Hayward is a Skrull. I really do, maybe. I think he might be a Skrull. I think he took somebody, because they might have. Because I still think the Skrulls are actually bad. Nothing has showed me that they was good.
I think they're good and they're hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know, because like this is supposed to be 8 months before Spider-Man, whichever home it is, Homecoming, whatever, or Homesick or whatever the hell they want to do.
Homecoming? I
don't know. Whichever home it is. This is 8 months after. That's 8 months after the situation with Wanda. So. And he's on the sword, and then it's not even. It was like sword was supposed to be sword, sentient world observation, something.
Yeah.
And now it's sentient weapon observations. Like, you know, it's not the same as it was in the comics exactly. So it's still like we still got a little bit, like 8 months worth of stuff in between there that we have to figure out.
Okay, I do think that there could be a possibility. I mean, there's always a possibility that he could be Skrull. I think what we're seeing, I'm hoping I'm wrong. I hope you're right, and I hope I'm wrong. My theory is that this is just, you know, they always have to have the military character that goes too hard. You know, that's like a trope. And that's what I think they already have him being, where you know, Monica configured that drone that was able to fly in there and didn't have to change because it was an old drone that she helped to like refire up, but they equipped it with a nuke or something, or they said a missile to shoot at her. So then she comes out, and then when she comes out, he's like, all right, and then puts the guns on her. And then even when they had that briefing where he was like, the guy with the, Wu was like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, but wasn't she bad? Didn't she fight the Avengers? And did she do, what happened in Civil War? Lagos and Germany. So I'm like, he just seems like he's the go hard military character. Like, you're wrong, and I don't care what you say, you're wrong type of person without being so blatant.
He knows a little too much.
Chill out.
He is smart, right? She ain't playing.
CMBR was right. He's a little,
right. That's the other thing. He is a little smarter than the typical military guy that's to go hard for just, the smarty stuff, I'm just gonna shoot my gun. He's he knows the smarty stuff too. So I hope you're right. I hope that would be more interesting if he is Skrull, but I don't know. Now, a question I have. I don't know a lot about governmental things, but if Sword, who seems like it would be like, you have to be top secret, like the president knows and then Sword knows type of situation, right? As far as their classification in government. Would FBI do briefings at a Sword run operation?
They would work together. We still don't know who the guy he's looking for. So
right. This is weird. It's weird to me that he was holding a briefing and explaining Wanda. Everybody should know about Wanda, right? Because all this stuff is plastered. Y'all just came back. Y'all didn't exist for 5 years and you came back. Everybody should know. So it's weird to me. That's why I still think something's up with him. Like you said, we still don't know who he was looking for. My theory, I'll share this now. When we were talking last week, and I was like, my theory was probably that they were looking for Quicksilver, but not as the one we know, but as this one, that some iteration of him, like whoever he was before, because he said, none of his family and friends have even heard of him anymore. So I felt like whoever he was looking for, the reality was changed, where now this guy is Quicksilver. But this is what leads me to believe that what you guys have been saying is right about somebody else controlling, because Pietro showing up at the end was a surprise for her. And then I don't think she killed the dog. I don't think she would kill the dog in the show. I think that's also something she didn't control. I think that's something else that happened.
No, she didn't do that. She didn't do that at all. And then she was telling them not to age up. So she can't control their aging up either.
No.
There's just a lot of mysteries. And I think he's looking for Ralph. I think he's looking for Ralph. I think Wu was looking for Ralph. Because remember, Agnes keeps saying, my husband Ralph. And we ain't never see Ralph nowhere.
He can't tame this tiger.
Right.
Like, oh, dear lady. Keep them hips.
She probably got him captive.
Yeah. I think that's
something is up with Agnes, though. Like
I agree.
I see something is up with her, and then like when we saw Quicksilver, it's just like, why is he even there? Because he's from the X-Men Apocalypse, right?
Yeah, that's
the X-Men Fox's universe.
Yeah, Fox.
So it's like, okay, so is there, alternate, like you were saying, Christine, like with the alternate universes, something is going on with that too. And it's just like everything is just kind of like coming together a little bit. So like even when Jazzy has the theories about Mephisto. Like maybe he's behind it, because like we know that Wanda, she's in control. Like she's in control of like a lot of stuff, but she's also not in control of like what's going on, like inside. Like I don't know how to say she's in control, but then she's not in control. And she's aware of it. And she's like, well, I didn't do that. I don't know how that happened.
Right. What was the thing that she said that for again? Because Vision had asked her, and she said, no, I didn't do that. That wasn't me.
Oh, the doorbell. When he was like, oh, I bet you rung the doorbell.
Okay, yeah.
And made that name. She's like, no, that wasn't me.
Right, okay.
Now, I have this very wild theory, and I'm probably sure I'm wrong, but I just thought about it. I'm like, so with the theory that Agnes is a witch, right? But then, okay, so she's a witch, and when she found Sparky, when they were looking for him, he came up dead, right? And I'm thinking, what would be the purpose of that dog dying?
Right.
So then I thought about it, and I'm like, that dog died before the brother for Quicksilver, Pietro, came back. So what if that dog was a sacrifice? What if that dog was a sacrifice of somebody that she loved and the family loved to get somebody back that she loved? I don't know.
Because hold on, kind of piggybacking off of what you said, she did not create the clothes. She took things that existed and made it something else. So what if, off of this crazy idea that kind of makes sense, what if the dog died and she took the dog and used that matter to make him?
But not necessarily her, but like maybe like Mephisto or whoever is directing this to happen.
That's a good
because they know that she's missing her brother and stuff like that. Because this dog came out of random. Like this dog came out of random.
It did.
And the kids fell in love with it and stuff like that. And she's even looking for the dog, and then the dog ends up dead. But then after the dog is dead, Pietro comes and he's alive again. And it's kind of like, I feel like it's like a sacrifice thing. Like take away something to get something.
Like Full Metal Alchemist.
I don't know. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
So like I don't know why. Maybe that's a theory in my mind, but it might be wrong. But
I believe that the matter of the dog could have been used to make, because the thing that they made clear is that it's not that these things are coming out of, poof out of air. It's that they're reanimating, data, DNA. They're reanimating these things. So
yeah,
like or matter, not DNA, but like. Yeah, I wonder. So then this leads me to like, if it is Mephisto, or somebody even in the chat was saying Nightmare, right? If it is somebody else, what do you theorize is their goal? Like, what is their goal to let's say they're speaking into the ear of this grieving woman that watched her husband die twice. Well, husband, but whatever. In the comic books, they're married, but in the show, or in the movies, they never actually got married. But that you watch the love of her life die twice, right? She disappears, she comes back. I get she's got that grief and all that stuff going on. What is the goal to make her do what she is doing?
I feel like make her more powerful. That way he can siphon it or something, take it, because she's like at this point of like everything that they showed her doing that episode, like she is that girl.
Beast.
She is powerful. She is beast. Can't nobody touch her, and she's full aware of what they're doing outside. When she walked out of that bubble, I was like, "Oh, okay."
She knew exactly where they went.
She knew exactly where they were.
She said, "This is my home. Stay out of it."
Right?
She told them straight up. But then she went back in and she was like, "There are some things that she knows she's not in control of. So somebody is messing with her, but."
To take her powers. Okay.
I don't
Probably.
think she's thinking about that because she's so distraught about losing everybody that she's like, this is now my reality. I want this to be my reality, basically. Like, I don't even care who's controlling this. Just go along with it.
But she may be protecting them too. Like, in her own way, she may be telling them that way because she knows something's not right.
She did protect Monica when she threw, because remember, I wasn't sure if she had powers, but she said in this episode that she was protecting me because you saw the red stuff around her as she was.
Nah, but she also said when she met her, right? Go ahead, Jazz.
I was about to say, we had a theory about that too, because when she, like, okay, so when Wanda walked out, right, and then she saw Monica Rambeau, like, she knows that she pushed her out. She knows that she pushed her out and caused her to go away. But when she saw Monica standing there, she was like, oh, you're back here. Or she said something similar to that. So that means that when she pushed her out the first time, she was intending to hurt her or kill her, or something that she is not being able to walk and talk to her again. Because when she saw her again, it was like a surprise. It wasn't like, oh, I'm glad to see you. It was like, why am I seeing you? Because I
thought it was more so like I told you to leave. I magically pushed you out, and yet I still see you. Like I took it as
it could be
more
that
of
way
like,
too.
oh, you're still here. Like when you tell somebody to leave and they're still there.
I thought she was intending to hurt her. Like,
and that's what makes me believe that at this time, Monica Rambeau has her powers. Because then again, when she did the exam, they said, oh, there's nothing that came up in the exams.
That was a weird thing too.
Like, and they took her blood too.
That there was
they had to retake.
That she's filled with energy right now, and that's probably why she didn't die when she got kicked out of the reality and just got like, just a little fun.
I mean, if I got flung 7 houses and bricks and wood, I think I might have died.
Some type of hurt,
right?
Yeah, I'll be hurt. She was not hurt at all.
She had no cut. No bleeding,
no nothing.
Just dirt.
That's why Wanda. That's why I think Wanda was like, "Oh, like you're here, talking to me. You should be hurt right now." So
that's a possibility. But I don't know if her making this kind of goes into the bin of why was it written that way. So when she said, "Oh, she was protecting me," is that the show, the writers telling us that Wanda isn't all bad, like the guy is kind of making it seem. She did try to protect Monica as she threw her out, or is that a throwaway line to kind of throw us off the scent that Monica may have powers now?
Well, she gave him a warning. She gave him a warning. If she was about it, she'd just murked him right then and there.
Oh yeah, she could have did. She could have
on the cusp of hurting them, but she's still good. I think she's still good, and she's just like warning them, like, guys, I'm not trying to hurt you, so please just let me have my happiness and have my little pocket reality. Because if you try to disrupt it, and I keep giving you these warnings, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, it's not gonna be so nice.
Like, it could go that way, but I don't want it to. Unless you guys put me to do that.
If you get, hey, don't push me, because I'm
close to the edge. Edgy joke.
So that's what made her come out, because she wasn't even going to come out and bother.
She was not going to come out.
Dude was on the missile talking about some fire, and then
I was like, what?
And that's when she came out.
Yeah, I was like, that's not reckless.
Are you stupid? Are you trying to kill her? What are you doing?
Yeah,
I think he was trying to kill her. I think that was the goal.
I think he was the goal, actually, now I think about it.
Shit at me, so I'm telling you right now.
I'm like, that is so, you're escalating. You're escalating this
That's the part that I thought was super stupid. You know she's super powerful, right? I know you don't know the degrees of how powerful she is, but you don't want to get any intel. You're just like, oh, kill her right now. Like, you don't want to find out why she's doing this, try to get more information. You don't know the depths of damage that killing her would have on all these people. Like, if she just unplugged from their minds, how would that affect them? You don't know that.
Wait. I got a hot take. What if Hayward is Mephisto?
You think so? I don't think so. He would kill her.
Wouldn't the devil be in a position of power?
He needs her though. Like, he needs her, like, for the kids. And, like,
I'm saying the devil could be at a position of power. He's saying he's the one that sent her over there. Mephisto wouldn't know she's over there, and now he's steadily trying to, because it's kind of weird that you send your top agent, to over there. I mean, I guess, but her first mission is supposed to be grounded, and the first place you send her off is to some place.
I think that he sent her there to get rid of her.
Because he is agitating her. And it's like for him to make the moves that he's making, those are not smart decisions.
Right.
And like even Monica is aware of that. Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do this? Information, intel. Why would you take the drones in there equipped? Because she didn't even know they was armed.
Yeah,
I didn't even tell her.
Surveillance drone, not
drone. You're actively making her mad, and it seems like he's trying to push her to the edge.
Oh, and that operation they had, what was it, episode 2? When the guy that came out of the manhole as beekeeper,
Yeah.
That was an operation she's not aware of either. I don't know if y'all remember that when they sent the agent in to like sneak in and like collect intel or something like that, or like keep an eye on Monica, because she was already in there, but she was unaware that they were doing stuff like to get in and out, because he told her they weren't
right. They did come in after she was in there. They did pop up after. Like they set up their tents and stuff after she got sucked in.
So it's like you're supposed to be like a smart dude. Wouldn't your first thing would be like, okay, why is she doing, like everybody else is like, why is she doing this? For who is she doing this? I don't know if it's in retaliation that, you know, she did go into the sword facility and take that body, but
it's payback.
I don't know.
But then also, like, something that somebody said in the chat, that she did have her kids behind her too. Like her kids were standing right there. Because remember, they were trying to, they heard the sound and they were standing outside and the kids were right there when they decided to try to shoot her with the missile. So that is something to.
Oh, maybe they shot the missile at her and the kids because he knows something about like the kids are going to be like powerful, like if Mephisto gets his hands on them. So maybe we'll kind of take them out right then and there.
One of those things, like, oh, if she dies, then the other guy can't get her.
Can't get his hands on these kids and Wanda. Let me take.
So then that might lead back to what Dwayne's saying, that he might not be just a regular old Joe. That there's something more up, that he might be a Skrull.
But I think
he might not be Mephisto. But
no, but Skrull.
Like,
you said Skrull earlier, or something else. Something else.
Yeah, he knows. Yeah, it was like
isn't Skrull with a sword? Or what's the one? Because S.H.I.E.L.D. was the first one. When Nick Fury was on the ship at the end of the last Spider-Man, he was on a Skrull ship, and wasn't that sword?
That was sword. That was sword. Yep.
So maybe you're right.
I don't know. He might be a Skrull. He definitely he is definitely not a regular military aid like director. He's definitely something's up with the dude. He knows a little too much. He's escalating situations that shouldn't be escalated.
Very quickly. Yeah.
Very quickly. Like, who just goes in and just, you don't even try to ask her what you're doing, or because that's what they're trying to figure out, what you're doing, why you're doing it.
Right.
You know,
why these people? Why this place?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Why,
he's like,
and he just forget that. Nuclear option.
Shoot, fire.
Yeah. Right.
And I want to know why they were keeping Vision body in a facility like that anyway. Like, why
they were trying to experiment on them, weren't they?
It looked like it was in pieces. It was in pieces.
It looked like he was in pieces.
So he was dismantled because when Thanos killed him, he crushed his head and rolled him. He was all one. So when he was
already mad, seeing him dismantle like that, and because she broke in there to get his body out. Like, why y'all got?
And I'm like, wasn't his body in Wakanda? So how did they got jurisdiction? First of all, to be in an African country. First off, and in Wakanda, how did they was able to, I know at Wakanda's like, trying to be all diplomatic now, but that body was in Wakanda.
But I get during that time, since a lot of people were blipped out, that they probably went in, after to kind of clean up and take his body. But I think what more people were probably more concerned, like, oh, T'Challa is gone. All these people are gone that are leaders of our country. What's going on? So that could lead an opportunity.
To take
the body out.
Yeah. They got a lot. So we still got a lot of answers, and we got how many episodes? 4 more?
Yeah.
I have questions. Yeah. What's going on?
So I hope they do. I think something's up with my last statements. I think something's up with Wu. I'm gonna pay attention more to that military guy, Hayward. I think you said his name.
Yeah.
And then my questions of what is happening, why is this happening? I want to get more of Quicksilver, because I don't think she did that. Somebody else did that. So, and killing the dog, somebody else I think did that. So I want more. Because
they was trying to beg their mom to reanimate the dog. And
yes. You can bring people back from the dead, and that wasn't a question. I had my captions on. There wasn't a caption or a question.
Was telling her that you can. I'm like,
we know
she don't know she can. Right? She don't know she can. So how you little mugs know she can? Well, she could if she could create something out of thin air, then she obviously could.
I think that's
bring
the thing.
Something back.
I think they know somehow. I feel like they know the father was dead. That's how I kind of took that. Like, you bring people back from the dead. Like, I think they know that she brought Vision back.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
Okay. Yeah. But I don't. Yeah, it's gonna be good. We're gonna figure out a lot of stuff.
So we already gave our ratings. I guess really quickly, what is something outside of some of the questions you've already said? What is something else you hope to see in the season before it closes out? I know we're halfway through the season. So, Kay, what's something that you hope to see before season end?
I guess I guess Vision. I kind of do want to. I kind of want him to be brought back to life. You know, if that's the case.
Okay. Jazz, I see you pondering.
I'm trying to think. I was thinking since they brought like the Fox Quicksilver over, I don't know if they're going to like bring like Magneto or anything. Like I don't know. Like I'm thinking like, will they see Magneto in the show? Will we see who else? Like Doctor Strange. Like who are we gonna see? Like other than that, because she even said it herself that there is going to be somebody that makes a cameo in the season that is going to be like on the levels of like of who did she say?
Luke
Somebody
Skywalker.
Yeah, like Luke Skywalker. So I'm like, I know she's not talking about Evan Peters. So who she talking about?
Right,
so
right. Because he's definitely not on that
or
level.
somebody.
Which Magneto in the comic books is her father. So I wonder if in the show that's a rewrite that the reality she's changing realities maybe to make it like the comic book. Maybe.
And that's why I was thinking maybe he might come.
Yeah, she's slowly getting her family back together. First she starts with Vision, then she gets her kids, and then she gets Pietro, and she gets her mom and her dad. And
in the comic books, does it say who her mom is? I know Magneto's her father, but who's her mom?
I forgot who her mom was. I guess she was not important enough. I don't know.
She was a subpar mutant.
She was like, she's just a vessel for me to put kids in.
Or
and get out of here.
You know, Magneto doesn't F with humans. So what if he slept with a human and was like, we're done here, and then took the kids?
Yeah, he's like, you know. Yeah, I don't know, but I do like that Magneto from the X-Men series is amazing.
I like him. Fassbender.
Yeah, I would love for him. Yeah, they gotta age him up though, because he wouldn't look like her father.
No,
he would look like an older brother or something like that. So they gotta age him up a little bit.
He looked like he'd probably be the same age as Vision.
Yeah, he would be real awkward. Damn, Dad, you look hella young.
Yeah, you look so young. Rewrite, no. But what is something that you look forward to, Dwayne, that you hope is gonna happen before the season ends?
Oh, to fill the holes that we need. Like I'm interested in definitely the sword aspect of things, because we got some info like who started it finally, but like how the scrolls are going to affect things too, because I think that's going to lead up into like the next Avenger level threat, like the secret invasion thing that they're going to do with Nick Fury, and like that is scary. I think that's scarier than anything. It's like an invasion, and like let's say, like, you know, your lover or your brother or sister was a freaking Skrull and you didn't even know it this whole time. That would be just insane.
For me, I hope we get a really good how did this happen flashback, either episode, kind of like how they showed Monica coming back, like when she came back from the blip, to how she ended up in there. I want what was the conversation, whether it's an internal conversation she had or with whomever's pulling the strings here, how they baited her into this. Because I know she wasn't one day like, hey, you know what I should do? Make a TV show and make a new world. So I want like a really well executed how did this happen episode, or at least half of an episode, showing how this started and why she did it.
Yeah.
So that is the end of our episode. I know we had a lot to talk about, and I know Charlie's itching to get some.
Right, Charlie turned the camera off.
Right, he like completely muted. He left like twice and then came back. But yes, we already gave our rating, so we don't need to do that part again. But where can people find y'all? We'll start with you, Charlie.
Hey Charlie on everything.
Okay. Kay, where can people find you?
LadyKayleE.
On everything.
Was that it?
That's it.
Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter.
Dwayne, where can people find you?
Googled.
Dwayne, oh my God.
That's it.
On Stadia.
At Dwayne, Google Stadia. At Dwayne King with a Y instead of I. Google. There you go.
Jazz.
At Jazzy Guns everywhere.
Okay, and I'm iChristine everywhere, and iChristine Games also on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for joining us today on this long behind lovely episode. It was a lot of fun. We will be continuing this next week with the next episode, and
we're done with WandaVision.
WandaVision is still continuing for the rest of this season. But also, don't forget you can listen to the audio version of the podcast. The last 2 episodes already out wherever you listen to podcasts: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all the places. So definitely check us out, and we're out.
Nice. All right, now let's get this Among Us going.
We still